people coming in.
Holy. Hold on.
Doing the broadcast stuff.
Hello. I gotta hate typing on my iPad.
I'm sorry for the late start. It's my fault. We'll explain at some point.
You can explain. You can do it while I'm kind of starting this up.
So a friend of mine gave me an idea as a birthday present for Devon, was to get all of her friends to do a collaborative fanfiction enterprise where we all took chapters from a bizarre, vague Bloodborne outline written by me, and everyone filled in their chapters at their own pace, which made it very hazy and dreamlike, like Bloodborne often is. And it was good. And the level of familiarity with Bloodborne varied wildly from writer to writer, so it was a time. And we started a live reading. Everyone got to read their chapters to Devon. And
it was simultaneously really it made me feel so loved by my friends, even though they were mercilessly dragging me and my weird taste. So, yep. Thank you, Skyen. You're the best. Sorry, I'm trying to eat some food because I came started a little late. We're about to go. I have a oh yeah, it wasn't mean dragging, but oh my god, I was dragged. I'm now cleaning off my glasses, and then I'm gonna do a short intro thingy.
Oh, a lot of people coming here from Skyen.
Yeah. He's the best.
Hey, postmodernism. That's Andy Dorr, who was one of the authors on the fanfiction enterprise.
Yes.
If you ever figure out how to clean the pants, let us know.
Oh yes, I set it to 720p this time, hoping that will work for people on slightly worse internet. So, I'm glad that the quality options seem to have shown up. I don't know why, if that had anything to do with me selecting a different one, but I'm glad. Okay, are you ready?
Yes. Go to new game.
Well, as soon as I hit new game, it's gonna play something.
Okay.
So, basically, I'm Devon, and this is my husband and best friend forever, Ian.
Hello.
He's my co-host of this endeavor. Oh, I thought you wanted that. And we are going to be doing a playthrough of this video game called Bloodborne that I am very, very, very fond of. Bloodborne is a video game released in 2015. Sorry, my dog's trying to eat my food. It's a Victorian Gothic horror game and a sort of spiritual successor to Dark Souls by the same studio that did Dark Souls. We are doing this because I love Bloodborne so much that I have a giant tattoo on my back honoring it. But for a long time, despite that, there was a period where I legitimately did not think this was a game that I could play or would be good at or could ever engage with at all. So it's perceived as more inaccessible than it actually is. And of course, there are actual restrictions that prevent people from playing it, like it's a PS4 exclusive, so if you don't happen to have the pile of dollar bills necessary to purchase a game machine, you might miss out. Because of that, I've tried to get a lot of people to play watch Let's Plays, but Let's Plays are an enormous gamble because sometimes you start up a Let's Play and you get an hour in and it seems fine, and then suddenly the streamer or Let's Play maker is dropping attack helicopter jokes and you just sort of mentally flatline and close the window. And so to prevent people from having to do that gamble, I'm sort of taking it upon myself to do a run through where I finally, once and for all, unload everything that I adore about this into one place where if people feel like watching it, they can see it. So in this stream, we are going to try to slow down. This is a game that I believe requires some pacing, atmosphere, and a little bit of reading here and there. we're going to take a look around and give you guys a chance to see what's going on in Yharnam and why. We'll look into nooks and crannies. We'll read flavor texts. I will talk a lot about all the characters and why I love them. Or hate them. I don't really hate anyone, though. I feel sad for most of everybody. We won't rush. We won't spoil things in advance. That's actually super important. Please don't spoil shit. So, yeah, we can take your time, ask questions. We'll try to answer as best we can without spoiling. We're going to nestle in and, let Yharnam wash over us in all its warm, bloody glory. We're not going to talk about him yet. It's not happening. Okay, so super quick. I'm sorry I'm rushing through this because I know we started quite a bit late. Some disclaimers. We don't actually know everything about this game or its, quote, story. I actually use story kind of lightly. We are going to be wrong about a few things here and there, but it's important to remember that a lot of this game and the way it's written is deliberately vague. Lots of people have slight differences in how they've put together the pieces of this whole thing in their brains. And I didn't actually pull up the quote because this was, again, I was going to do this before the stream, but I had to have a fanfiction read to me. So Miyazaki, the game director, actually at one point was interviewed and he said he used to read a lot as a kid, and sometimes he would be reading either stuff that he couldn't fully comprehend because it was for an older audience, or he was trying to read in English. And he said that he could understand bits and pieces, but ultimately he had to do a lot of the filling in the blanks on his own, but he enjoyed that process because it felt as though he were creating fiction alongside the writers themselves. And this game, 100% embodies that, in that I've described it as a headcanon machine, and you can sort of, project whatever you want onto the game and the character relationships because they're, deep but scant, and you can, the game will very infrequently tell you that you're wrong for feeling that way about it. And so, yes, the disclaimer, TLDR, if I say something that doesn't fully line up with canon, don't rush to the wiki to pull up the exact flavor text that contradicts me, because I'm doing my best.
I think you can have discussions about interpretations, but...
Yeah, I will describe, multiple interpretations of certain things, as far as I know of them. But...
There's a certain amount of well-actuallying that we will not be super cool with.
Yeah, the other disclaimer TLDR is, I'm not actually... a speedrunner or anything of this game. I know it really, really well, and I think I'm okay at it, but I will probably die comically a lot, because also I'm pretty new to streaming. Yeah, also, another disclaimer, we will occasionally be goofy and maybe a tiny bit lewd, because those of you who follow me, I actually, project onto this game in such a way that I have created it sort of as a dating sim in my imagination. So yeah. If I start to talk about just how hot I think all of the clothing is on the characters, that's... you signed up for it. The chat rules, you probably saw them when you came in, but don't spoil stuff in chat, or Ian will slap you with moderator tools that I don't fully understand, but I trust him that he knows how to do it. Don't backseat game too much. Like I said, I've beaten this game at least 3 times. I sort of know what I'm doing. But, I mean, suggestions have you tried fire paper are fine, because sometimes I forget. Yeah. Be nice. Do not be mean to each other or me, because I'm soft. You can be mean to Ian, though.
Yeah. You can be mean to me, but be excellent to each other.
Okay. So, we're about to get started. I won't talk over cutscenes. I'll let stuff play. And I think that's it. Do you have anything else to add?
May the good blood guide your way.
Yeah? Okay. Drips in blood. This character is hot. Yeah, that's... Mm-hmm. Okay, ready?
I've already been told I smell.
Oh, no. Yeah. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Hello again. It is just me for a second, because Ian has to take our dog out. So I actually already did preemptively make... Oh no. Well, I thought I had made a perfect boy, but it appears that you didn't save. So I'll just... Did I accidentally do it on Ian's account? That's okay. We'll go with him. Yeah. This is my hunter. I've named him the same thing, like, pretty much everyone in that name, which I've heard a lot more times today than I expected, is Osiris, which is a name that I gave a whole bunch of characters when I was young. S-Cyrus. It's like a Cyrus with an E. I made it up when I was like 13. Let me do this really quick. Changing gender will reset certain changes. Yes. Young. I usually go with troubled childhood. I don't actually have like a super specific idea of his backstory or anything beyond, you know, kind of what the game tells you, which, you know, you'll see in a second. You're kind of just waking up in a really weird situation. I'm kind of sad. I actually, like, preemptively made a boy that looked a little bit better than this, and I spent like an hour on him, but he appears to have been lost to time. Perhaps he was too powerful. And I think this is what we'll go with. So, yeah, they do. The 13-year-old names stick with you in such a way that, like, even, you know, for those of you who have seen the cartoon that I work on, The Dragon Prince, the name Runan is actually from a story that I wrote when I was like 12. So I'm gonna hit finish and another cutscene's gonna play, so I'm gonna let that go. I will finalize this contract.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
Ah, you found yourself a hunter.
Normal world. Oh, I also, in the intro, forgot to tell you that we have a small dog called Piper who will occasionally chime in, and I apologize for her interruption. She has no respect for anyone, especially me. So, yeah, the intro cinematic is extremely vague. We don't really know a lot of what's going on yet, besides we have submitted to something called Blood Administration, and a weirdo gave us a contract, and now we're a hunter somehow. Wild. And we're looking at this piece of paper that says, seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. Ian's back. He had to... We may have gotten a bit of blood. Some blood happened to us.
We do have 360 blood points up there.
Yeah, check them out. Anyway. Speak pale blood to transcend the hunt.
What does that mean? Does anyone know? Don't answer that if you do know.
Nobody actually knows. Mysterious. Weird. How do we feel about these little, strange white skeleton guys? Oh, also you will occasionally see these little headstones pop up. This is a sort of multiplayer-ish mechanic where if you view Spectre, you'll see a red ghost run around, and this is actually someone who died, and you can kind of, like, see them die, and maybe it gives you some sort of warning about how to not die in that same way. People can also leave hilarious notes. This is another, if you're familiar with the Soulsborne series, this is something that is in pretty much all of them as far as I know.
Yeah.
Where you have a sort of set number of, what do you call them? Prompts that you sort of Mad Libs little messages into, which is why you get sentence structure like reeks of liar. Not sure what that person's talking about exactly, but...
Yeah, Postmodernism points out a classic joke is try butthole.
Mm-hmm. We will definitely leave notes of our own. Oh, these are just the regular tutorial notes. So, I'm not going to read all of them.
Chops. Ha.
Good luck, skeleton. Could this be a friend?
So yeah, sometimes you come into an area and see a lot of those little blood splatters, and you're like, real life players, I guess, have died here a fair few times. Is 2 a big damage number?
Is that what we want?
Oh.
Aw.
Oh, we're gonna get it with our fists. Oh, nope.
Yikes.
Oh well, I guess that's stream over.
Permadeath. I mean, what are you supposed to do? You wake up in a messed up hospital and you see a werewolf. Do you punch? Or do you not punch? Oh good, we were supposed to die. So, I guess I can take a quick look around here. I'm like hyper familiar with this place because this is sort of the hub, but it appears to be some kind of house, graveyard situation. Cool headstones. I tried to recreate this in my Animal Crossing village, by the way, to like mild success. I'm not gonna look at these notes because who knows.
I think
Closed gate.
Yeah, you may have noticed that this place was called the Hunter's Dream, which is a little bit odd.
I'm sorry about the... Something's going down.
Devin's getting arrested for Bloodborne
I'm getting
crimes.
arrested for horny on main. There are lots of blood spatters here, and I'm gonna just get it out of the way. That's because there are certain weapons that you can kill yourself with, and people just hilariously do it for fun in the safety of this hub place. So that's why you see blood everywhere. Don't be alarmed. It's actually more meta than it is real.
It's a doll?
These guys want me to take a weapon. That's really helpful.
Thanks, messengers.
I'm gonna go with Saw Cleaver, because
It's on the
I
box
love it.
art.
They're also giving me a gun! I'm gonna go with pistol.
Oh, and this is our little notebook that lets us leave hilarious messages.
Yep. Alright. Closed.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I'm going to equip this. And equip the gun. Thanks, Skull Friends. There's also a bird bath.
We can trade our 0 blood echoes.
He wants to sell me stuff. Look how happy he is. Well,
Weird.
we can't get in.
Okay.
I think normally it would be a little bit difficult to figure out how to progress, but I guess these guys want to help me find out. Awaken at a selected location.
So, in boring video game terms, this is just your menu to return to places and fast travel.
Yep.
Strange that you transition between a world called the Dream and the real world. Oh, we're also following like a checklist to try and make sure we don't like miss quests and stuff because everything in this game is confusing. And the only option under the first place we started in, first floor sick room, was die. So I checked that box, and it turns green and says done. So that's nice. We successfully died.
All right. I have a weapon now, and really quick. The weapon does cool stuff. That's my gun. You can change the weapon to be sort of like 2 forms. So this is sort of short range. This is long range. The first time, Ian used a different weapon when he played this for the first time, and that's the first time I watched someone play the game was when he played it. And the first time I saw some of these animations, I audibly gasped, and I had no idea what I was in for. I just think they're way more stylish and neato than they need to be. Because the people who made this game were thirsty. Oh, old friend.
Let's try this one more time. Oh! That's many times the number of damages we were doing before.
Turns out crazy blades with serrated edges are incredibly a lot better at killing werewolves than punches. Yes, I truly believe that love oozes from the pores of this game. The crew that put this together clearly very much loved this product and just poured heaps of cool stuff into it. It has such, aesthetic and flair that I will never stop. I'm never gonna stop thinking about it for the rest of my life. Okay.
Pick up some items from some dead dudes on the grave.
Got
Bullets.
some bullets.
Oh, you could look at the bullet item description.
Sure. Actually, yeah, that's worth doing. Where are they?
Oh.
We'll find them someday.
Look at our saw cleaver, I guess.
So yeah, flavor text in this game is one of the ways you get. I don't like the word lore typically. I feel like lore is sometimes used to describe the type of world building that I'm not fond of, which is sort of pointless. But this is how you get a lot of detail about stuff that characters won't walk up to you and tell you. So yeah, this is our weapon, one of the trick weapons of the workshop, commonly used in the hunting business. This saw, effective at drawing the blood of beasts, transforms into a long cleaver that makes use of centrifugal force. The saw, with its set of blood-letting teeth, has become the symbol of the hunt, and only grows in effectiveness the more grotesquely transformed the beast. Yeah, I won't lie, my distaste for the word lore might come from having worked on League of Legends. That's totally fair.
Lore team, please.
We're going to take a moment to look around. This is Yarnum. Welcome. Welcome to you who has come to Yarnum.
Worth noting it's kind of sunset times.
Yep. There's still light. It is very pretty. I think it's pretty. But I weird Victorian Gothic nonsense. Taking blood off dead bodies. I truly love to see it. Closed by a device. Oh my god.
Why would that guy attack you?
Buddy.
Leave me alone. Oh, does Gavin also have a Animal Crossing Yarnum bit?
Good taste, I think.
Take some Molotov cocktails. Cool.
Actually, put those
On the old quick bar.
on the bar. Toast to the happiness of Yarnum and its citizens.
Someone's got to do it.
Oh no. Oh. That's a good sound. Take a look at this view. This is... You don't know it now, but it's important. We'll go to a lot of what you can see up there. Man, I'm so sad. The boy I made was so handsome and less lazy than this one, but whatever.
We'll see the
hardly
back
gonna
of his
see his
head
face.
most of the time. Light a lamp. This takes us back to the dream.
Alright, we're gonna interact with a character. These red lamps typically mean someone can be spoken to at a door or a window, so we're gonna meet this friend.
Oh, you must be a hunter. And not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good. Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood. Or so they say. Yarnumites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance. Across the valley to deep...
Just checking to see I didn't miss dialogue. Okay, so that's Gilbert. He's a very sweet boy who seems to be struggling with some sort of illness. But he told us about the Healing Church to the east of Yarnum, which you can actually see. The stuff he's talking about is, in fact, up there. That's the Cathedral Ward. So we're trying to get there. We're going to get there no matter what, because we were told to seek pale blood. Ah, beans. Nobody opens gates from convenient angles in this town.
It's kind of interesting to me that your character, doesn't talk. It's kind of a traditional silent protagonist type, but there's a lot of kind of implied motivation. Like, this guy is like, this place sucks and you should probably go home. And then your character's implied to ask about the note that you read after getting the blood treatment, to ask about this weird pale blood thing that was spoken of in very weird terms. And then this dude says, I guess maybe you want to find your way to the Healing Church then, if you're all about that blood.
If you're looking for some kind of blood, the Healing Church has got your back.
So I guess we'll do that.
Oh.
Oh, if we find the shield, we should read the description. It's funny for
I know
Dark
exactly where
Souls
the shield
fans.
is, so...
Faith, Patrick told me about the trolling at the Demon King. It's too many guys.
It's the right number of guys.
Side, back, lower back.
Oh, gentlemen. What seems to be... I guess I did just, like, kill their friend.
Yeah. I mean, this one, the first guy obviously is aggroed onto you, but,
Yep, iframes.
yeah, you're completely invincible when you're doing the backstab move, which is sometimes very funny when you're surrounded by 6 guys.
So this is actually the gate we couldn't go through before. This is honestly kind of a pointless shortcut, but let's have a look anyway.
Yeah, for people who haven't played these games, a lot of the times you make progress by reaching some kind of shortcut that, you know, lets you take a shorter path to where you're at just now, so that when you die and respawn at the previous checkpoint, it's not quite such a run.
Yeah, that's the ladder we climbed up to hear a horrible screech a little bit ago. Let's continue on our merry way.
None of the enemies have yelled stuff at us yet.
Oh, they will.
Ugh.
So normal city stuff, big old coffins, you know, leaning against the railings of stairs. Corpses burning on fountains.
Guys looking hairy and teethy.
Okay, I know there's not a dude here.
This is not this one.
That's the next one. People moaning in the background,
outsider? Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you. Trot along, will ya?
Unfriendly. I'm that outsider. Uh-oh, another gentleman. His arms, one of his arms is longer than the other. Oh my god! This is a little bit why I'm nervous about this stream, because it's a little bit hard to take in detail sometimes, because stuff will run up to you and absolutely murder you dead. But, do my best.
Like that?
Like that! Oh my god.
Get more dead.
Normal arm. I'm having a normal time. So yeah, we're coming up into a very friendly plaza full of friendly folks.
Lads, you've come on. Who'd open a door on a night of a hunt? Away with you. Now.
Seems like people are staying inside because it's the night of a hunt.
Nobody wants to let me in to hang out.
Ah, classic trick. Pretend to be a dead guy on the floor.
No, I don't think he's pretending. I think that guy's just having a sad time, so he's sitting down. So we're cowards, and we got him when he was trying to take a break. Here's the guy I thought was here. What was the other one?
One part of the experience that I hope you're all not going to have is I think most people find this, if they're not familiar with games like this, just this plaza here is where people get stuck for the longest time. People just die. Like I did. I died over and over and over again here, making like painstaking progress. And I was like, is this what these games are like?
I watched him do it. I watched him play this part for hours. And I'm making no guarantees about my own survival here, because if you aggro everybody down there, things get messy.
Someone. Oh, X-Man.
Just like this. This is sort of the scenario. Anybody, like, nobody wants to hang out. Yeah, the bullet thing is, the bullets are going to storage because I have too many of them on me. The same thing will happen with blood vials eventually. Hopefully. I mean, it's also possible I'll just keep spending those blood vials.
Blood vials and healing potions.
Yup. I love to rip a man's heart out through his back. It's a pretty game, I think. Ash in the air.
I mean, I grew up in Edinburgh, so it's kind of just normal to me.
Even with the, like, corpses and stuff?
Yeah.
I think because Ian is Scottish, by the way, he should do Gilbert's voice for the rest of the stream.
Ian Gilbert!
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He talks sad. He's sad boy.
Oh, I'm sad. I'm Scottish.
Gilbert is Scottish. Come on, friends. Oh god. Bullets.
Terribly rude to have a gun.
If I weren't streaming, I'd be way more reckless here, but it is very easy to screw this up and get murderized, so...
Enjoying the name Avatar War, baby. Hello in chat. Wait, Barbie. Sorry. Avatar War Barbie. I'll just log off.
35? Oh!
I'm not 35 yet. Wait, am I? No.
I'm 31.
Yep.
As of today. Why do they not want to hang out? So I ran out of stamina there, and now I'm getting pulverized. Oh, one thing of note is that when you take damage in this game, your health doesn't necessarily immediately drop. Like, if you watch the top left, if you get hit, the health bar will go down, but there'll be a little white marker where it started, and you are actually sort of motivated to continue swinging at something, because for a brief window of time you can actually regain some of your lost health by swinging madly at foes. And I find this incredibly cool and thematic because this is a game about weird blood stuff and frenzy and, you know, acting weird and feral and murdery to get blood, and lo and behold, there is a mechanic that actually perfectly represents that. But see, the white bar matches the red one right now, so I can't actually, without healing, handle that. Come on, shield him. Come on, boy. Take me to safety. Over here. Nope.
Do we know why we need blood yet? I guess all we've seen so far... Well, first of all, we received blood treatment. And we're not fully sure what that is, but I guess we get some cooler blood than we had before.
They put Yarnum blood in. That's what happens to you.
And, yeah, I guess we also sort of can figure out that the currency that we're collecting in the top right is blood echoes. Although we haven't actually been able to do anything with that yet.
Did I miss an item? Oh no, that's the other side. I'm also getting a shot.
Eleanor, yeah, I love the rally thing. I feel like there were so many fights. I used a very big weapon on my sort of main guy, and I would just wildly swing it. Sometimes get hit, doesn't matter, hit them back. Just
It
trading blows
encourages
forever.
this sort of, you know, like, panicked button mashing that, like, sometimes pays off and feels, you know, so
Still
cool
like-
and thematically
no,
appropriate that, yeah, I love it. So, I'm gonna share a tiny bit of thoughts about my headcanon about my hunter, if that's alright.
No.
Oh. Okay, well, his name is Osiris. Like I said, I don't really have a ton of important details of, like, a backstory beyond, like, the start of the game, because I kind of roll with the idea that the game kind of presents you with, which is you have this weird blood thing happen to you because you came to Yarnum from somewhere else, because you are, as the people will not stop reminding you when you knock on the door, a dirty foreigner. And you have largely lost a lot of your memories up to that point. And so, really, all there is to him in the beginning is he's young, as I selected in the character creator, kind of scrawny, like literally has never had any kind of physical fighting prowess before this. And so, like, he knows that it is strange to wake up and feel strong in his body, especially, you know, capable of swinging around a big weapon. And these are the Hellbirds. They will just ruin your life.
Got him.
Oh, he's also shy. Like, you know, again, partially because I just like to marry things up with game mechanics. You know, you're technically a silent protagonist. I like to imagine that he is naturally taciturn. I'm gonna try this. I'm scared. This is the first biggity boy.
So, weirdly in this game, the gun does minimal damage, not very good, but it is your the way you parry people when they swing at you. If their swing is in the downswing part of it and you hit them with the gun, then it staggers them and you can get a big super critical attack.
Getting down that parry timing, I think, is one of the first things that makes you feel good at the game, because when you start, you will absolutely just throw your face against those dudes and they will kill the absolute shit out of you for hours until you can sort of like either figure out some good dodge timing and direction or figure out how to shoot them and make them sad. And we will soon encounter the Brick Brothers, as Ian and I very lovingly call them. And that's when you have to...
Super Brick Brothers.
Super Brick Brothers. Oh, no lantern here. Sad.
FakeDoors.com.
Fake doors.
Aw, wish
Okay.
we could get through to there.
If you listen, you can hear some music coming from that particular window. But we can't get there yet. More on that later. Okay, here's another place where I died repeatedly when I first played, so let's handle these pipers.
Oh my god.
No spoilers, please, if you know what's up with the music box over there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Come, my friends.
Oh! The torch is bad. Torch is shit.
Now someone's trying to shoot at me? That's...
Shoot? At me?
At me? A hunter? Shoot? Bork, bork, bork. I feel sad killing dogs in games, and this is no exception. I feel like these dogs did nothing wrong. Nope, someone died here. Sorry, buddy. What are we hunting if we are hunter? Well, so far we're hunting the people that are running at us. Like, we're kind of running around the city, approaching doors, knocking on them, sadly wondering what's going on, and people are telling us to get the fuck out. It's the night of the hunt. They're not going to open up their doors for a dirty foreigner.
Yo Rodrigo writes, "Hello Devon, happy botany to you. I hope Bloodborne is going good."
It is going good so far. Don't.
Postmodernism writes, "Are we human or are we hunter?"
So that's actually a bannable offense. I'm only going to warn you guys one time. Are We Human, or whatever that song is called, is like legitimately my least favorite song, and I will ban you for bringing it into my presence.
Man, it's too late. Should have included it in the fan fiction.
Okay, I have a choice here. I can either run past... I think I'm just going to do the thing where I run past, because I know what I'm doing, and otherwise...
You just cursed yourself. You just jinxed it so hard.
Well, so this is a bridge, and normally you would fight these dogs and probably die to them. They're extremely mean, and they can still kill you like way late in the game. But there's a path up to the left that I have to do for a shortcut, and I only know that because I played the game a bunch. So imagine I die here quite a bit. I still might die, by the way.
The fact that one's onto you.
That's not good. Anyway, here we go.
Well, it was a close one, team.
Just running straight for an important door. I gotta get out.
Okay. Now we got the
think
door
we're
open, and we're good.
All I gotta do is not die.
All I gotta do is not die. That's Bloodborne, baby. Oof.
I think we're alright. So, we have now opened a very important door.
And another one.
and a shortcut. Again, like, if I were to play the game as though I didn't know what was going on, I would I would heavily risk wasting everyone's time and dying a lot and stumbling around. So
Not all dogs. No tall dogs. I don't want to see any tall dogs.
yeah, those dogs are so mean. As you saw, they almost two-shot me.
Wow, I'm a moderator on your stream, and I'm getting served the chat rules before I'm allowed to talk. Anyway.
Yeah, well, you better follow them.
What's this doll?
What is going on?
An abandoned doll.
I really can't do anything yet, can I?
Well, this is open.
This is open now. Who's this old chap?
This creepy oldster.
Hey, creepy old.
Aha. You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home for now. I am Gammon, friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it. This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop where hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh. We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find. Even the dog, should it please you. This was... Oh, even the dog, should it please
Hey,
you.
Gehrman?
You okay, though?
Gehrman? Hey, Gehrman? First of all, that's fucked up. Second of all, my character's gay, so that's not a thing. I should kill you, but ugh. Anyway, lots of mixed opinions on that guy.
Got any bloodstones? You do.
This is how you upgrade your weapon. You put blood rocks in it.
Yeah, you get blood echoes, bloodstones, blood vials.
I actually don't think you can kill Gehrman. I don't think... I don't know what would happen if I tried to smack him, but I'm not going to because I don't want anything weird to happen.
Anyway, I like that the main part of his dialogue is just don't think too hard about the story or what you're supposed to be doing. Just try to progress and kill enemies.
Yeah, he's basically... You can imagine the hunter said, dude, what the fuck? What... I don't remember things. I got dropped into a werewolf town where people are trying to murder me and nobody will tell me what's going on. Can you explain any of this? And he basically says, like, turns out you're a hunter, so you gotta go hunt some beasts, alright? And that's all you get. That's all you get out of him.
Faith, yeah, the lamps are essentially bonfires. They, you can't sit at them. You can't just, like, restore your health by sitting and cozying up to a bonfire. You have to teleport somewhere.
It's actually a weird lead.
Mildly irritating.
Slight downgrade from Dark Souls. I think, like, this was, you know, made directly after the original Dark Souls. So...
It was post Dark Souls 2, right?
Yeah, it was, but I mean, Miyazaki didn't work on Dark Souls 2.
Oh,
He
right.
was working on this.
This was his next
So
one.
I think, like, he and the team were experimenting. What is going on? Do you want to fuck this doll? Sir! Don't be weird. Yeah, I think they were trying some new mechanics. Like, for example, one thing of note is the healing items in this game are things you have to farm. You don't start with an Estus flask that, you know, just refills upon death. Which admittedly was not a good design decision, and they went back to Estus Flask when they made Dark Souls 3, so...
Yeah, it's just, you'll find that, like, you'll build up a stockpile, and you'll feel pretty good, and you'll get to try a boss 3 times in a
They're both
row.
coming at me.
And then suddenly you'll be like, oh, I ran out of my big stockpile of healing potions, so I just gotta interrupt my progress.
Do they gotta be, like, holding hands? Two brick brothers holding hands. Two brick brothers holding hands.
Two brick up trucks. Oh, there's a bit of lore over here.
Yeah. I ran past it last time because I was not sure what was on my tail.
Some pungent blood
Pungent
cocktail.
blood cocktail. That is absolutely worth... Wait, I'm sorry. These ghosts scared me. I thought maybe something had run down. This is one of my favorite flavor texts. A precious tool in sadly short supply. In Yharnam, they produce more blood than alcohol, as the former is far more intoxicating.
Mmm.
Neat. Just drinking blood, intoxicating blood.
There's a lot of takes on two bros chilling 5 feet apart, and everyone is good.
Here's some important... a note. I guess someone was just writing down some lore. When the hunt began, the healing church left us, blocking the great bridge to the cathedral ward, as old Yharnam burned to the ground that moonlit night. What?
Old Yharnam must be a separate place. Why you got a pointy chin?
I know, I fixed it. Remember, I made a very handsome boy. But he's lost to time. He was too powerful. So now you have to deal with this, like, lazy character creator boy who does not represent my standards, but will do.
Lily came and say, "What up, church scum? Happy birthday," or whatever. I'm here to listen to you eventually praise the Vile Bloods, who I know you'll be completely unbiased about.
I'm gonna try. I will honestly try to talk about the Canehurst and Vile Blood stuff without... I might do it through grit teeth, but...
Where did he get his pirate sword from? His time's finished, he says.
It seems fine to me. I don't know what he's on about. Oh my god, I really don't. I feel so weak. I guess it has to
You've
be
done
done.
this before. And also, you don't. That's part of it. This game lets you, if you... So, you open people up to backstabs like that when you do a big fool charged attack behind them. And even if that kills them, the game still lets you just go ahead and do the big cool critical attack animation. Here's a horse.
F.
F for this horse.
His beautiful face was marred by disease. I actually have a brand new headcanon about a certain thing that I haven't even drawn yet, but I will say that the only thing about his backstory that I kind of like made up the other day was that he, and in terms of like picking troubled childhood, is that I think it's fair that you could say he was kind of sickly as a kid, and that is part of why he has never felt strong, or, you know, this boy is not ripped. I picked the skinniest boy possible. And yet the blood is somehow making him thick.
Just wanted to be thick.
I just want to be thick. Everyone in Yharnam just want to be thick.
Thick with blood, as all hunters are. Look at that. Alpha. Hit by a bird.
By birds.
Oh,
he's still
coming
alive.
for you. Down I go. So that's a useful, helpful tip that we can't really do anything with. Well, we have. Anyway, let's just walk to the end of this bridge.
Remember seeing this bridge from a distance? On the ladder? Do you remember we heard a sound?
Uh-oh, uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. This is a boss. You all heard of bosses, chat? Everyone, while Devin's doing this, think about the name Cleric Beast. Interesting. Oh, is it 2? Wow.
There's also an important thing going on with the music that I want to talk about, but I'm going to try to win. Do my best.
I will say for a number of reasons, the game sort of doesn't expect you to win the first time. Not just because it's not didn't know it's hard, but better. Or if she doesn't.
The real boss in this is the camera, though.
Yeah, it's an endless debate about when you should lock on and when you shouldn't spectate things. brave attempt to shoot.
I didn't realize he was doing the joke.
Has it repaired its face yet?
I think he repaired the face. Let's... This bit of the music, you will hear it several times in the course of the game. It is very important. It's an important tune. Oh! I didn't realize he turned when he did that.
Oh no. Louis says we're a little quiet, so maybe we should,
We?
Oh, wait. Testing, testing. How do we sound?
Yeah, that's on you. You check it. Oh my god, dude. Please. Beast different, please.
I don't know if we should be turning down the game sound or turning up our mics. We don't want to blow your brains out with our voices.
We will do a little bit of experimenting after.
Oh.
There's that bit of music again. Put it in your brains. That was a little backhand. What a rat.
Oh, I also want to point out that when we first saw this boss, the counter next to the eyeball in the top right corner went up to 1, and it had been at 0 up until this point. Has it never appeared its face, or is it
I
just
don't know.
completely
I
random?
actually, I don't know.
I mean, you should remember you don't have a huge stockpile of bullets built up yet.
Yeah, I so rarely use them. It's kind of okay. Oh my god, don't hug me. No!
It's a big old joke toast. Making funnies. Oh!
Oh, I didn't expect
Broke
that.
his arm. That looks like a grab.
Hubrished myself a bit here. Stay up. God damn. Fighting the camera boss for a sec here.
Every time. Is that it? Yep. Down.
I wanted the stylish finish, so I threw a thing at him. Cool. One shot.
Boss down. Blood rains from the sky. We're
Blood
covered
rains from the sky,
toe to
drenching
tip,
us.
blooded up on a Sunday evening. Oh, we got back 10 bullets. That's cool. Prey slaughtered. And now we got from 1 insight to 4 by finishing that boss arena.
Seems like we can't go this way. Just if you remember the little flavor text where it said the healing church blocked the way to the cathedral ward.
Does anyone
Seems
know how
that's
to
true.
clean the pants?
Does anyone know how to clean the pants? This is from the fanfiction that was read to me about an hour ago. This is my hunter stumbling around asking if anybody knows how to get blood out of their pants.
No one did know. There might be dry cleaners in Yarnum,
Whoa.
but they might all be closed. Oh, hello. The doll's standing up.
And even now, we're not going to take
Hello,
advantage of
good
her.
hunter.
Well, she seems nice.
She's tall.
I
Oh,
am a
that's
doll,
sweet.
here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you to embolden your sickly spirit.
Huh. Seek lest.
Very well.
This is how we
Let
level
the
up.
echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
So what we want...
I can't say it yet.
Do I get really... I don't think I
Devin's
should do
deciding
that
how
yet.
silly to get with it.
I think I want some health to fight the next boss is the thing.
Yeah,
So
let's be safe. We're doing it for the people. Yeah, so in this game, I imagine Devin's going to be focusing on vitality, which is health, a little endurance, which is just your stamina bar, and then skill is kind of the dexterity equivalent for lighter weapons.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Will do. It's not super clear, but oh cool, we get a bell. She first comes to life when you see the Cleric Beast usually, and then usually most people die on their first time because they're not good at the game yet. But then you come here, and now that you have that one insight point, this doll has come to life. Oh, Gehrman's gone for a stroll.
Let's see if we can find him. Sometimes he's just like not findable. But there is some rare dialogue you can get from him when he moves around, so I'm gonna occasionally go looking for him just because it makes me sad to hear it, and I just really love the sadness inflicted upon me by this game. Where else can he be? That's kind of it, right? He just appears to not be here right now.
Yeah, maybe he's through that locked gate.
Maybe he's... Yeah, maybe he's out there somewhere. Well,
Cool.
no
Back at
creepy
it.
Gehrman right now.
Even
Oh, wait.
even the doll just said, "What if you just go out and kill some stuff and get some blood?"
She kind of said it more respectfully, though. Okay, we're not actually going back to the bridge, even though that's technically where we ended up. We're going to do a more different path now through a cool place. And then we're going to get stuck on the next boss, I guarantee it a little. But
So, Sword Hunter badge unlocks the other weapons that you didn't pick,
yeah,
is that right?
I could get them, but I kind of want to focus on leveling.
Yeah,
At some
and
point
you
when I
have
have
our
extra
favorite
shit
weapon.
laying around, I'll do a little brief showcase of the other weapons, including the threaded cane, which is the one that made me gasp out loud when I saw it, because it has a lot of attitude and an energy to it, if you will. Gilbert doesn't say anything new, does he? You have the checklist. Am I doing any new things?
Let's have a look. Have a look.
Okay, I know.
Hey, cool. We get to check. Defeat Cleric Beast. Done.
Cool. Alright. Let us continue then.
Cadentics, I loved the cane first time through. It was funny though,
Oh my
like I
God.
played so differently that first time than I did any other time. Like I used the whip form for the first half of the game a lot and just kind of like hit things at maximum possible range like a big coward.
It's good for keeping dudes off of you.
Yeah. But then there was a really good moment when... Oh, got him. And get the health back. There was a good moment where I kind of realized that, boom. You could just put it in small mode and stun lock things to death. And I like to think that was when my character was getting more blood. Oh, 4 blood vials. The lucky
Eleanor,
drop.
yes. The short answer is absolutely. But not on purpose. We just got a design back that reminded me of the threaded cane, and I breathlessly went, we have to use that one because it's like the Bloodborne one. Because I'm like that. But yeah.
Punisher, yeah, I think the axe, similar to how Dark Souls 3 big weapons often kind of like help you out if you're a little aggressive, the axe just kind of like knocks people on their ass a lot, and you don't have to take hits from them back. Especially in this game where if they do hit you, you just follow through with the attack and get half your health back.
You still see the cathedral ward in the distance, beckoning.
Oh, that's where we're supposed to go.
There's some important things there. Very important things, I said.
Tainted Bread, this is not her first playthrough, but we're kind of acting as if it is. It's kind of a stream for the benefit of people who haven't really experienced this game or are not going to be able to play it themselves. Because Devin loves this game.
I love this
all
game.
the way down.
And I love you know, what I really love about it is, you know, the atmosphere and, you know, strange narrative of it all, and I'm sort of trying to do a stream that focuses on that stuff, because a lot of people focus on just, you know, kicking ass and being good at this game, and while that is valid and cool, sometimes you gotta stop and smell the blood, you know? That's my belief. So.
But yeah, like for people who've joined since the start, our kind of like spoiler policy is going to be as if it was a first playthrough stream, because we think that, yeah, some people in chat will be kind of using this to see how this game unfolds, and we want them to have a fresh experience.
Yes. So Piper's yelling at this floor we can speak to.
Oh, then.
Oops, sorry.
Well, do you know of any safe places?
Do I know of any safe places?
I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you once had got off your arses, you wouldn't be in this mess. You're obligated to help me, you hear? So what'll it be? Are you going to tell me you're not?
No.
I don't know a safe place, I'm sorry. The only one I know requires me dying.
No respect for the elderly is what that is. That little good you outsiders do. Go on, admit it. You think we're all mad, don't you? Well, go and stop it. I know all your tricks. So what is it now? Are much better ways to pass the time. Unless you found me a nice safe place.
Once again, ma'am, no.
Should have known.
Damn.
You're good for nothing.
Alright.
No respect for the elderly is what that is. Go on.
It is, in fact, the scourge of the elderly. This is a fine note. Bing!
Okay.
By what?
Mysterious note. Millennials killing the travel industry.
Yeah. So we would normally go down these stairs. Hidden path. I'm not gonna roll because I had actually rolled completely off where I was intended to go before.
Yep. Oh, Gavin, yeah, and this, Devin kind of did like a whole, in fact, a couple entire playthroughs, like, revving up for this stream, and there were a lot of very comical, people liking her note in the middle of a boss fight.
Poorly timed, though, most of the time. Yeah, kinda expected that.
Still alive.
But now I can't get the thing. It's okay.
We'll get back there. This is an adventure. We're on an adventure together.
It's
It's
dang.
the Scourge of Rats.
It's the Scourge of Rat. Oh my god. So we managed to fall down into some sewers with boats. I guess canals? Canals. These are canals. Oh, good, a ladder. Oh no! How could this happen? Ruh! Oh my god. You ever just get shot to death by werewolves? That's Bloodborne. Okay, I think he's gonna try to come down the ladder. And last time that I tried to go down the ladder at the same time he was on it, some bad stuff happened. Wait, did he just die? Did he fall? Oh my god, he fell. He fell down the ladder. Incredible. Yeah, that was the tweet where on this ladder some bad things were happening to my hunter. It was bugged. And I was trapped. So as soon as I'm done getting shot here, we will take a look around again, but hard with bullets in my nuts. Okay. Alright, so we climbed out of the canal, sort of looking area. This looks sort of residential otherwise.
Big cool bridge.
Cool bridge. And of course, it's your boys.
Scourge of birds.
Scourge of birds. Oh my god, they're so awful.
I'm gonna try and get that.
Of course I'm gonna try to get that. I don't know what it is. I don't remember.
Ooh!
Fuck yes!
Alright.
It's a bloodstone shard. That's good.
Oh, isn't the stuff down here?
Is it? Is that where it is? No, I think it's a more difficult to get place.
Okay. Well, there's the stuff you can just like purchase also.
What do you mean? I'm trying to miss anything? It's actually been a while since I did this section. The last time I did this section, I had not yet come up with the idea for the stream, so I didn't like try to commit it to memory quite as well. So there's some stuff probably around that.
It's funny, this early part of the game is the most convoluted in terms of level design by far. I think everything else in the game we can kind of run through pretty happily, but despite having played this so many times, Bird's still dead.
There are two other areas in the game that confound me.
I guess we'll get to them. Okay. Just a bunch of dead bodies around an item. Oh, you're not dead. You're not dead at all.
None of them are dead.
This is where you want the big axe swing.
Notice that I have elongated my weapon.
Yeah.
So my attacks are a bit longer ranged and a little bit more of a cleave. So I can kind of chew through these without being too on top of them. Stylish. Stylish, I think.
Just 10 bullets. Alright, fine.
Oh, hey! What up?
No respect. Didn't even drop you an item.
Alright, we're gonna go up this ladder for some important stuff. This is where we queue Snake Eater. This is one of the bigger ladders.
Not for honor, but for you.
What were those creatures? The things in the water? Woof. A bad time. Just some regular corpses. I just think...
You just need one more point of damage to be killing these in one hit.
Madman's knowledge, huh?
It's the damage thing. It kind of varies a lot from weapon to weapon avatar. Usually the longer form does more damage but swings slower. And you can kind of like lock enemies down better if they get staggered by repeated quick hits of the short form. Bird's at 69 health. Nice, 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 nice.
That's so rude, I think. Buddy, there's not even anyone in there. What were you expecting?
Pitiful, really.
Alright, here's some
Hey, it's that door from
Remember
before.
the door
that
from
window.
before.
Yeah.
So let me open it really quick.
Skidone. All that stuff's respawned. That sucks.
Yes, this door has dialogue, so let us talk to the... Here.
Who are you? I don't know your voice, but I know that smell. Are you a hunter? Maybe it's through look for my mum. Daddy never came back from the hunt, and she went to find him, but now she's gone too. I'm all alone and scared. Really? Oh, thank you. My mum wears a red jeweled brooch. It's so big and beautiful, you won't miss it. Oh, I mustn't forget. If you find my mum, give her this music box. It plays one of Daddy's favourite songs, and when Daddy forgets us, we play it for him so he remembers. Mum's so silly running off without it. My mum wears a red jeweled brooch. It's so big and beautiful, you won't miss it. Oh, and if you please.
Well, okay. A small girl wants us to find her mother, and she has given us a music box, which she claims plays her father's favorite song. Inside the lid is a small scrap of paper, perhaps an old message. Two names can be made out, however faintly. Viola and Gascoigne.
For people who are not familiar with the footballer or soccer player to you Americans, Paul Gascoigne, that is how you pronounce that name. At least that's how he did. Can you talk that door?
This one?
The one behind, the one that the dude is leering over.
Wretched outsider.
Your lamp's not red.
Way to open this door. Heaven's the depths of depravity. Wretched outsider. Trying to fool heaven.
Helpful. We're just so mean. Yeah, I think I did miss that door. There's a door where they sound like they're having a party, and then they are just laughing uproariously at the idea that you could even, you know, deign to knock. Alright, back down here. I could go back up and around, but I kind of want to try to do a full loop, and then I'll just do the cool things that I accidentally fell past on my way back around.
We see you, birds. We see you up there.
I also see these
lying
friends.
in wait.
Do not spit acid at me.
Faith, we talked to the little girl in the window where we heard the music box earlier, and she asked us to go find her mummy, who hasn't come back after the mummy went out to find her dad, who was part of the hunt and hasn't returned. So she gave us a music box. The music box has a piece of paper with the names Viola or Viola?
Viola, I actually don't know.
And Gascoigne in there, and she wants us to give her mummy the music box when we find her, and we'll know her by her big bright red brooch.
So the music box plays her daddy's favorite song. Hey.
Norcho in chat says we find a birthday wizard. It's the magic of birthdays.
All I want for my birthday is blood.
I would say the Yarnum's handling the pandemic roughly as well as, you know, real life Britain is.
Bleak, my dude. Alright, we are absolutely not dealing with this right now. That's for later.
Big ol' honker down the end there. Give my life once again, not for honor but for you, etc., etc.
Man, where is the stuff in? I can't remember where the stuff is. It's been so long. We will not...
here we go.
Yeah, this, I mean... Yes, I knew
It's
we were
all
going
coming
here.
together.
But,
I love it when a plan comes together, as they say in League of Legends.
Oh man, I'm covered in slime
Ugh.
and blood. It's really bad.
Does anyone know how to clean the pants?
Anyone know how to clean the pants? Please. So this is where we started. This is where the Brick Brothers live. And will be when I level up. But I'm going to go level up, and then I'm going to repeat a little bit of stuff, because there's some stuff we missed. And anyway, it's good to be higher level before the next boss, because he is absolutely a thing that makes people quit this game.
Yep. I think, I don't know, what are comparable bosses? I feel like Dark Souls is nice in that it gives you the Asylum Demon and then the Taurus Demon. Is that what it's called? And they kind of have gimmicks to them, and you can feel like you're making progress, and then it hits you with Capra Demon.
He's not Capra Demon, though, because he's actually a well-designed fight.
Yeah, and it really does teach you the game, but it sure is a rude awakening.
Yeah, it's very unfriendly.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find...
Oh, the Purple Well Ninja and Sekiro Owen? Yeah.
He's a bit Genichiro, a little. Like,
yeah,
Genichiro similarly, like, absolutely forces you to learn how to play the game on its own terms, and so does this boss.
I think the difference, like, Genichiro, you've had, like, a couple other bosses that you could do up till that point.
It's a bit better paced.
Yeah, and here, you can get to the Cleric Beast, but a lot of new time players who are just completely lost in the winding streets of Yharnam just stumble upon the second boss first, and then get wrecked over and over again?
Yes. The actual very, very first time I ever saw Bloodborne being played, literally ever, was we were at Patrick's friend's house, because we were traveling...
Cousin, right?
Cousin in Alabama, and I watched him fight this boss for several hours. And again, like, I didn't know at the time just what this game was going to do to my brain when I eventually, you know, personally engaged with it, but... Okay, back to these brothers, and then we're gonna go around again. And just usually take the opportunity to kill them because they drop vials. And we love those. Brick Brothers.
Brick Brothers.
Brick Brethren.
They're just two brothers. Oh wow, that's cruel. So they have a random chance to not drop blood vials, the things we're looking for, and instead drop shining coins, which essentially have no worth whatsoever.
Oop. Pipers.
Unlike the Phantom Menace, sometimes having higher ground is not great. When you swing right over a dog's head. Not the Phantom Menace. Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. How dare
I'm
you
sorry.
get that wrong?
I made a prequels reference all wrong.
We talked. This is the Scourge of the Elderly.
Yeah,
That's
Scourge
right.
of the Elderly.
Scourge of the
handled.
Elderly, normal. Okay, so last time I fucked up and fell off instead of continuing along my merry way here. And there's still yet another thing I have to go knock down. But first, let's meet.
Oh, hello. I like there are notes usually I read around here being like, don't attack, I know you've killed everything in this game so far, but here's a friend.
Oh. A hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter. Prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now. Still lingering about. What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts. No matter. Without fear in our hearts, we're little different from the beasts themselves. What are you still doing here? Enough trembling in your boots. A hunter must hunt.
So, this is Eileen the Crow. You may have heard of her. She's very much a fan favorite character. And we got our first gesture. Well, besides the ones we start with. And I'm going to replace Joy, because
none of that.
we don't have that here. So we've got Shake Off Cape.
Nothing but Shake Off Cape here.
Gestures in this game are great. So, for what it's worth, her dialogue actually kind of has a big place in my headcanon, because she simultaneously, warns you there are no humans left, and to just prepare yourself for this to be an incredibly shitty time. And then kind of makes fun of you for sticking around, and then if you continue to pester her, there's like this tiny tone change that I like, where she says, "Stop trembling in your boots, a hunter must hunt, or a hunter must hunt," where, because I have this sort of headcanon about my hunter being kind of like a younger, like, I don't know, 25-year-old or some shit. She's an old woman who realizes that he's quite young and possibly in over his head, and urges him onward nonetheless. So,
would you say more Cloud aged than Sephiroth aged?
Wait, what were their canon ages again? I remember Reno is like 29. Sure, he's like in the tragically middle part of his 20s, where he thinks he's an adult but isn't quite that. I'm gonna fuck this up again, I absolutely know it.
What if you do long but from further back?
This is important to me.
Doink. Hello to Henry in the chat. Also,
hello!
For all the people might be confused by the It's Lily references, Patrick
Yes.
Skarsgård plays there. The chat ran a very cool online Mafia-style game where we're all fictional characters. And Lily Hayes in the chat, won the whole thing by being like a wolf-style character that had to be the only person left alive. And her role was Eileen, the character we just talked to. So it was very cool. Even for those of us who lost really bad and died super hard.
I got killed super early. I was Miles Edgeworth of Phoenix Wright. Oh my god. Please, my friend. I'm just trying to hunt. I was told I should do that by like 3 characters at this point. So this is still that sort of like canal-y, sewery area that we were in before. I just missed some stuff, so I'm kind of doing another pass, and also it's good for leveling. Because, as I keep reiterating, the next boss is tough, and I will probably struggle for a bit with him. Also, these enemies are not friendly either, so I have to not get too cocky with them.
Yeah, I remember first time through there were often a big wake-up call where I felt good running up and killing the random regular villagers, and then one of these things would just stab me through the skull, and I would be unhappy about it.
Yep, unhappy about it. Thank you for the birthday wishes. That's all I could ever want to... Well, maybe not in this specific circumstance, but... Oh, I thought I was going to jump into the bullet. But just something that I will do at some point.
The action hero died right onto a bullet.
Just lay down on that bullet.
Can you drop to the thing from back there, or do you have to go?
I'm trying to remember... I can drop to it, but like... What I'm actually trying to remember...
Is there anything up top that you...
is how to get to the place. But also I want to kill these guys before I'm down there, because then they won't shoot me.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there's the move.
That's the one. It'll fuck ya. Come here. Get away from the bullets.
Oh, that one's slightly stronger than the other ones. And down you go.
I have to get something very important in this area, and I'm struggling to remember where it is. Well, 2 very important things, actually. I know where one is. It's back there. But,
Yet more bloods.
give me them blets. So... where did you fall? There.
There. You there.
Fell by the rats. Oh, no spoilers, Ian. I know what you were starting. That's for later. Possibly tonight.
Saw spear.
Just looted my favorite weapon. Well, until... I guess there are 2 other weapons that are my other favorites now, but one of them I literally cannot have until New Game Plus, so it's not really worth talking about. And the other I will not get till much later in the game, so...
It's a recent favorite, that other one.
Yeah, actually, in my practice run, I picked up a new weapon that I had not yet before used, but is incredibly my style in that it's like kind of fast, smaller weapon. But yeah, it's now up there on my tippy top faves. Actually, I think I might remember how to get to the other place. I have to drop in from by the bridge, not here.
Oh, having a memory.
I think. I might be incredibly incorrect, but...
Oh, I can go back to the checklist.
I don't think the checklist tells you...
Meet Eileen the Crow. Oh, no, that wasn't...
Oh, yeah,
I
we met
I missed
Eileen.
a couple things.
Oh,
And
Eileen.
we found Viola's daughter to get the tiny music box.
Mm-hmm.
Now all that's left side quest-wise is progress.
I'm gonna run through here. Okay, so we've more or less completed another loop. Go briefly. I don't know if I have enough to level, but I'll teleport back because I'm actually going to go a different way down into the sewers because I think that's how I get the thing that I want. I think. Again, it's been a little bit of a while since I did this part.
Ugh.
I didn't do the smart tactic of rolling on it, so it's back down at the bottom. But actually, I kind of want it to be at the top now. Woo! Past the corpse of the Brick Brothers. Let's push them around.
At some point on this stream, I'm gonna have to bounce to make spaghetti carbonara. Birthday meal.
I will do my best to continue alone. Spaghetti carbonara doesn't take a terribly long time.
No.
Alrighty.
Welcome. What is
Oh,
it?
should you save? Are you gonna level up your
Very
spear?
let me.
Oh well, you can't afford a level
I might
anyway.
be able to level the spear.
Oh. Oh right. Okay.
Old Hunter Bill.
That's a
thing.
DLC
Don't worry about
summons.
it. I would like to fortify the saw spear, please. Thank you. And now we are switching to that good weapon.
Does it have any cool lore?
Does it? Trick weapons of the workshop, commonly used by those who dedicate themselves to the hunt. Effective at drawing the blood of beasts, transforms into a medium-range spear.
So it's kind of the same.
It's a similar thing. It's sort of like a grown-up version of the other one. But it is my trusty friend, my sidekick.
Yeah, it's kind of very similar to the saw cleaver, but it has that kind of like slightly longer range, slightly pointier form, and the moves in the long form are a bit different.
Also, I just think it looks cool, which is, you know, the truly important thing.
Mm-hmm. How expensive are pots right now? Just gonna do it.
I'm gonna do this. Oh, what am I doing? I don't know how to play this game. I've never played this before in my life.
Yeah, you had. Oh, you gotta get the hat.
I can't afford it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Look at this.
I actually can. Hold on.
Just eat your ketchups.
I'm gonna eat these ketchups. Pop.
Oh, that's a lot.
I'm gonna replace these right away though, but
Yeah,
we're getting kind of we're saucing up here. We're getting attractive and slightly more buff.
Clean pants.
Here we go. The pants are clean, and now we look a little bit more horned. Although some people, I think, like the fallen off the shoulder suspenders. Oh yeah, I never talked about that. Let's look at it for a second. Like,
oh, it's on the pants.
It's actually on the pants. These like droopy suspender things, like nobody had to make it like that. Like, that's grabbable stuff. And that's all I'll say on that.
That's that on that. What are we thinking stream schedule-wise after today?
Good question. I would kind of like to do a couple shorter weeknight ones, but I think I'm going to, for the foreseeable future, continue doing chunkier ones on the weekends, provided this is, you know, fun and successful. Yes. I don't know. Are weeknights terrible? I don't actually know what a good stream schedule looks like, or what would be best for people. We have work. We actually work from home currently during the weekday, so it wouldn't be able to start until like at least probably 7 at night PST. Which is why the weekend one, it works a little better, because I feel like people in other time zones can slightly stay up to watch some of it, whereas if it's like 7, it's pretty late. Well, if it's not a real thing, if it's a fake idea, then perhaps I can say I will attempt to do a weeknight one. I will try to make it a bit shorter. Sorry. Briefly distracted by a leaping brick brethren.
That's always the worst attack. Got it. Yeah, I think
it's not going to be a thing. Like, yeah, because we've got to work. So what I actually want to do is go back through here. Oh, I'm going to get to the more specific Bloodborne look that I like, but I will occasionally showcase some outfits on this here stream, because I love the way this game looks on an extremely primal level. I'm unashamed.
I think we can be relatively sure we'll do roughly same time next Sunday, right? At the very least.
Yeah, if Sunday works, I'm okay with it. It will also prevent me from drinking too much on a Sunday night and being sad about it in the morning when I have to get up for work, because, you know, that's a bad habit in quarantine. No, I can't talk about that yet. I can't talk about that at all.
Well, you took a lot less damage already from them walls.
We're running past them because I don't want to get killed. But I might have to fight one of them.
I've always felt those wolves are unusually strong. Like the ones you meet much later on that look like
oh my god. It's happening to me. The bad...
Whoops.
Wow, they faked me out. They faked me out real bad.
You just keep running to the hole that you're going to.
I know. I stopped to loot something. Rip. First real out in the wild death to the wolves, as was foretold. They can straight up show up and kill you.
Well, deathless run over.
Yeah, sorry, this is it. I'm turning it off. Deathless lore stream.
Except for that one first death.
Well, that one doesn't count because it's canon.
Yeah, canon death.
Actually,
that one was canon too.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can perceive it that way. My poor boy. My poor sweet boy. Oh, yeah, I didn't get that one quite.
Almost. Wait.
Away! Alright.
Bye.
Bye. He just yelled, "You play green rat" at me from far away.
I'm just doing a 1v1 bro situation.
1v1 me, bro! 1v1 me on the bridge to the cathedral ward! We're just gonna run.
What if we kissed in the cathedral ward?
Oh, there's no smooching in this game yet.
Pick up.
I'm trying to pick him up!
It's the scourge of rolling.
Bro, you can't do this to me. You're not...
You can't climb a ladder.
You cannot climb a ladder. What? This doesn't happen.
If you go around the other way, do they fall off?
They never follow me this far. I'm so sad. This is ruining all my plans. I can't get them to fall either, can I? Come on. Come on.
Are they not stupid enough?
Are they not stupid enough to fall?
Treat fooling with care. Or is that footing?
Footing. Oh!
There goes one.
But he's not dead. There's like another platform. This sucks.
Dog hole.
My plan. How could they do this to me?
Disrespected on my own stream. Wonder if you can. Oh, that's not a lot of stamina. They have so much health. It's silly. Whoa! Whoa!
God damn it.
Well, now we're back here again, and they're still following you.
How do I get... How do I get to my place, Ian? Can you look it up for me?
Yeah.
I can't even remember how to, like... You can see it from a certain spot on here, and I can't even remember where that is. This is very important. I'm so sorry. Oh, wait.
Is that it?
That's not it. It's on a... Oh, it is down here. Never mind. I was right. I am not a fool.
No, we thought this was all more complicated than it actually was.
I do know what I'm doing. Oh, God. It's fine. It's okay. It's alright. Nothing bad can happen to me. You know what I'm trying to get. Just something important to me personally.
Strong.
Yeah, this guy's a little bit meaner than the others.
Hey, we're Captain Blood Vials for maybe the first time in the whole game.
Yay! I know I literally just bought clothes, but this is important because this is the iconic look.
Damn, that's a hunter to me. Boosh.
Yeah, I mean, it's very important that I wear this hat. Like, Ian was making fun of me earlier because I kind of refuse to take it off, even when I will occasionally switch my gear for some kind of resistance for certain fights. But I will not take this hat off. It is the important, cool way to look.
The new cool way to look.
It's the cool way to die to rats. Here in our Lord year 2020. Ashenborn, yes.
Yes, Albiro makes a good point that in these games, the stats are never so critical that you can't usually just get away with wearing whatever you think looks hot and keep it on.
Yeah. I think during my practice run I switched my gear one time. So where did the wolves go though? I'm scared they're gonna just
pop up in the boss fight.
Up. Like, where did you come from? I'm trying to get back up, but maybe I actually can't. But that's okay. I don't think there's anything else truly important. I got my weapon.
There's a ladder.
I got my weapon, and I got... I refuse. Yeah, I got the weapon, and I got my incredibly important canonical outfit that I draw. But not the outfit I complain about the most in terms of drawing. There is another.
There is another.
Star War.
That. Hooray.
It's good to stock up on blood vials too, because, you know, of the aforementioned scary boss we're about to go face. Which I now really don't have any more excuses. I kind of think we gotta do it. I will try to get this. I didn't know what this is. It might be a shard.
Ooh. This game has a way of just kind of like your character bumps off
catch up.
little walls.
Hi. Yay. You know what? We're gonna
Reawaken.
We're gonna peace out. It's a classic boss soundtrack. It's not my favorite. My favorite is probably the third to last boss we'll do. An important friend. Friend with like several spaces and then several question marks. So I use Bold Hunter's Mark, which teleports me back to my last thing, but doesn't make me lose my bits. Oh, this is cute.
She's sleeping.
Welcome home, good hunter. I must have drifted off. What is it you desire?
She's so cute.
Very well. Let the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
Let's just give ourselves a chance here.
Give us a chance to do a hip-hop dance.
Farewell, good hunter.
Is there any way that... No.
You're right, you're not really close.
Well then. Let's do the thing.
Better check off a box soon.
Don't get too excited.
Oh no, this one's fairly straightforward.
Oh.
Gavin, does the doll have a name?
The plain doll.
The plain doll. There's more to the doll than meets the eye, but it's going to be a long time before we can piece any of that together.
Yeah, that's pretty big spoils.
What a doll.
What a doll. Do not leap upon me, brick brother.
Wow, you seem to carry that prowess and timing into the boss fight.
Stuff here. I'm gonna send the elevator back up. Oh no, I'm not.
It didn't work.
Haha!
The tech,
The tech.
as they say.
Just want to take a look at Yarnum's regular normal statues for a second. I always love them. Alright, typically this would auto-kill you because you haven't played the game, but we're gonna style instead.
What was your plan, everyone?
I don't think they knew. The thing is, it's set off by some guys behind them.
Yeah, who lights those candles? That's a good question.
Lads, for real. So here's a brick brother that gives me some trouble because of the stairs and his friend, so... It's fine. He chose the jump tactic.
The jump tactic still kind of gets me a little to this day because it's
It absolutely sometimes gets me.
unusually timed.
You have to kind of time it when it looks like he's already hit you. Okay. There are also some mean friends.
You can get that cool invincibility. Hunter's marks. Bunch of blood vials.
Sometimes
That's
they
nice.
drop blood rocks. I was hoping for blood rocks actually.
Shardos. All right, let's go.
Let's go in here. Hope nothing bad happens.
Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
Oh, jeez.
Remember the name on the box? Oh dear. Why is he saying that we'll be a beast? I don't think that's possible. Father Mascarpone. No.
No.
That was a good kind of getting caught on terrain.
Oof. Yeah, the actual gravestones are kind of mini bosses in this fight.
Du-du-du-du.
What's that smell? The sweet blood. Oh, it sings to me. It's enough to make a man sick.
When he's in heavy form, he can kind of like drill through your attacks a little harder. Uh-oh! I should probably not make these Looney Tunes noises when you're getting hit by Axeman.
Yeah, please. Oh no. I don't think I got it off.
Yeah. So he turned into a big wolf guy, and then he gets kind of brutal.
I really shouldn't have run in to hit him. I should have just pressed square. But
Yep.
I thought for a second I could be cool, but no. Anyway, rough time. This is one of the bosses that I'm like scared to do on stream a little bit because I don't feel like I've ever become truly good at the last bit. But that went better than I thought. So just gotta, you know, keep it up and not get greedy when he transforms.
Pork. Just gotta ignore him.
So anyway, that tells us some frightening thing about being a hunter. Is that even a hunter like Father Gascoigne can succumb to whatever it is that makes us go all beast-like.
It's also interesting that he seems to perceive that you are the one who has become beast and is like, I'm fine, I'm totally okay. In fact, it's normal to turn into this.
He's doing alright. We will meet several other characters in the game that are doing totally alright and have no misconceptions about the world around them. Hey guys!
From my perspective, the Sith are evil. No, it's the other way around. The Jedi are evil.
I'm not owned. Turns into a beast. Bloodborne, in one sentence. There's a specific character who I would attribute that I'm not owned. I say as I shrivel into a beast. Oh my god, see the stairs like mess me up on this
Yeah, it
pretty
doesn't
often.
let you do the...
Doesn't always...
Oh, you just did the shove, huh?
So now he's gonna be a brat and try to like push me around, but still a hunter.
Push me around.
And then his little friend over here is like, oh jeez,
Never mind.
Sorry. Oh no. This town is finished. Boy,
Actually,
howdy.
you skip those guys, but...
Well, they can drop things, so I am not inclined to skip.
The brave mode, the brave version.
Yeah, even blood vials are worth it while we
Yeah, I guess so.
die to this boss. Yeah, shoot me to get out of the combo. Rude. Two gunshots.
Two quick ones. What are you hitting, dude?
I love how he does a sick roll. Like, it's completely unnecessary, but it's so cool. What if you did not shoot? I felt like I shot nicely. I'm sad we don't get to hear his dialogue the second time, the sweet bloodline, because...
Does he never do it again?
I don't think so.
I guess if he kills you in this one, he doesn't what's that smell again.
I didn't say it at the time, but that line is your first indication that this game might be slightly horny. The way he delivers it. Early.
Or birthday.
Actually, you're right, you're right.
Shoots you twice, turns into a wolf.
Did he not hear it?
You're too early. Ooh. Oh, it was close, it was close.
Too early, man.
Yes.
We'll get it.
Technically, it's because he's completely swapping it into a different model, so...
Yeah. Anyway, I'm pretty confident with the first two phases. It's just this last bit that goes a little off the rails. It requires some finesse, but...
Some people like the stairs, but I've always found that a little...
I do poorly on the stairs in this game. Like, no matter what. I rarely want to be on them.
The weird upside...
It just messes with the hitboxes in a way that I, like, don't
Yeah.
feel comfortable with, you know?
The weird upside to when you just kind of get drilled into a corner and killed like that is you don't
Drilled into a
burn
corner.
through your, don't burn through all your blood vials.
I'm doing okay on blood vials. I have a healthy stock. I shouldn't struggle too much on the blood vial front, I think. Unless these guys start dropping shining coins, then I'll get sad. Yeah, I feel like it just, like I said, messes with the hitbox in a way where suddenly I can't hit things the way I expect to be able to hit them, and then I get real sad. Here we go with this again. There's another way, but I don't like it. I find it easier to die the other way. Even though there's a fun thing there, a goodie, but we're not getting into it right now. Where'd he go? Oh, damn.
How did that guy survive?
Sometimes some of them just like don't get hit. It's really
Just clipping
funny
through
and
it,
consistent.
Skyrim style.
Neat Molotov cocktail.
I had a thought. It's gone.
What was it about? Was it about Daddy G? Was it about...
Oh, I remember. You were saying that you were nervous about some bosses on stream and thought, you might get kind of distracted.
See? It's so awful. And now this is happening to me. I don't need that.
I warned you about stairs, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were like, oh, I hope it's not miserable if I die a few times to bosses and it slows down the progress. And it's like, well, if part of the point is for people who can't play the game get the full experience, guess what? Dying a lot to bosses is part of the experience.
Perseverance over difficult odds is part of the theme. I will not breeze through everything. I still want these corrosives to drop a rock for me. Oh boy.
Ooh.
Tried to run through it.
Please, sir. May I have one rock?
Please, sir. I would like a rock.
The other one dropped jack. Nothing. There you go, you got one.
You got a shard. He really dropped nothing, or did he clip through the world?
Yeah.
I think he's just gone. He just fell. Daddy. Don't know why I'm trying that.
What's that?
I thought I could get cheeky and try to stagger him, but it's really broken,
Not sure this guy does make some great noises.
It's a game of great noises, I will say.
Luggage splashes. Oh!
The terrain! The terrain is defeating me! I'm so glad he chose not to shoot me there. This is my dad. Extra brutal.
Uh-oh. There it goes. Damn, it was kind of solid.
Yeah, it didn't super help.
I got a decent company. Did he go? There
Holy
he goes.
shit! He just jumped right into it and exploded!
Down he goes. Papa G. Defeatoed. So, if you'll notice, we played the little music box as he was a big beast man. It was his favorite song and it made him kind of lose his brain a little bit.
If you remember what the little girl said, she said, it's my father's favorite, it plays my daddy's favorite song. We play it when he forgets us so he remembers. And so the implication is that he always struggled with this, like, almost transforming thing. Like he was already on the verge of going mad from blood. And it was his family that enabled him to stay sane. And now we killed him.
Man, I think that Molotov was like a frame from missing, and then he would have just landed on you and you
And
would have
killed me?
died.
Yeah, I know. That's what we call frame perfect.
This is called a Molotov skip.
Molotov skip. Okay,
Oh, you crying in the club? Get ready.
We're about to get a little bit more sad because there's an item over here. Remember, we were looking for the girl's mother.
We'd know her by her bright red brooch.
There's quite a lot of blood right here. And she went looking for him.
There's a brooch. Let's read some notes.
Where are you? Engraved with the name Viola. A gift from a hunter used to change into a droplet blood gem. Anyway.
So what's funny about that is we have a choice where we can return it to the young girl who was looking for her mother, or we can pop it open and get a small % damage boost from it.
Decide what kind of person you are. Anyway, so now both the parents are dead. He went mad, killed her, then we had to put him down, and now we have the incredibly sad task of taking the brooch back to the little girl. Of course I'm going to take it to the little girl, because I'm role-playing and my hunter is not a piece of shit monster. Yet. So we'll go back there in a bit. First, we're going to go through here. We're in a sewer.
Oh, if anyone is confused by the white ghosts that periodically run around, that's just someone else playing Bloodborne in real life, and you just sometimes
Kinda catch a glimpse.
Get a glimpse of what they're up to, what they're running through.
Where are we?
Oh, that's interesting.
We've crawled through the sewers up into what appears to be a little library. The Bjergenworth spider hides all manner of rituals and keeps our lost master from us. A terrible shame. It makes my head shudder uncontrollably. This is just normal stuff that people write on paper.
Sharkosaur, do you think in certain cases like this it would be better to see the NPC behind the door?
So I'm torn because while I do think that would be nice, I also sort of... There's something really lonely about the fact that you can't really interact with a lot of the people you meet in the beginning of the game. Like, a lot of the people behind the closed doors will not engage with you at all. Like, Gilbert will have a conversation with you, but he says, like, he literally can't stand up because he's so sick, but he will be helpful nonetheless, but you can't chill. And then again, this little girl, you can't see her either, but you know a lot about her story. And so I think, like, there's something to be said about this game feeling like the city itself has put up walls against you, and you are very much alone. Even Eileen, her dialogue reinforces that when she says, there are no humans left.
Yeah.
Like, basically. So, I don't know. It would be... The game would feel very different, I guess is my answer, if you could see most of the NPCs that you interact with. But
also the, like, behind the veil boring game development answer is every person you put in the game is a big cost, and there's probably a version of seeing them that would be cool, but I think these games, they're not like Naughty Dog enormous ultra AAA budget, right? But they managed to do a lot with less, and I think a part of that is most of the NPCs are invisible.
To be fair, I will say that it makes you feel all the more attached to the NPCs you actually do get to meet and sort of like hang out with. We will very shortly be encountering someone very important to me. This is going to trigger a cutscene, so I'm going to shut up for a sec. That's why I was waiting for...
Yeah.
Here we go. welcome to the Cathedral Ward.
In a lot of ways, this feels sort of like the hub in the real world. You come back here quite a lot.
Yeah. I'm not trying to show off my hunter's cool outfit, but I'm trying to look around, but it's a little bit difficult. Oh my god, what is that?
Oh, you must be a hunter. Very sorry. The incense must have masked your scent. Good, good. I've been waiting for one of your ilk. These hunts have everyone all locked up inside, waiting for it to end. It always does, always has, you know, since forever. But it won't end nicely, not this time. Even some folks hiding inside are going bad. The screams of women folk, the stench of blood, the snarls of beasts, none of them's too uncommon now. Yarnum's done for, I tell ya. But if you spot anyone with their wits about 'em, tell 'em about this here Erden Chapel. They'll be safe here. The incense wards off the beasts. Spread the word. Tell 'em to come on over, if you wouldn't mind. I know I shouldn't be asking you, but if you happen upon someone while hunting, tell 'em about this here Erden Chapel, if they seem worth being told, that is. Oh, and I do sincerely hope they are.
Do we trust this sweet floor boy? I thought for a long time that he was just sort of like a weird creature, but I actually think he's kneeling, like, but I can't be sure. He seems fine. He's just struggling. I don't know. We'll see. He wants us to tell people to come here. Okay, I'm going to go back to the Hunter's Dream really quick. I'm also going to run to the bathroom, so, like, 2-minute AFK. I just have to pee. I drank a lot of coffee today. So, be right back while we load in. Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna level up.
Welcome home, good
I'm also
hunter.
gonna eat a piece of bread with butter on it that Ian just brought me.
What is it you
So I'm
desire?
gonna mute so nobody hears any gross mouth sounds.
Very well. Let the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Farewell, good hunter.
Hey, it's our creepy friend.
The moon is close. It will be a long hunt tonight. If the beasts loom large and threaten to crush your spirits, seek a holy chalice, as every hunter before you has. A holy chalice will reveal the tomb of the gods, where hunters partake in communion.
He's basically just teaching us about chalice dungeons, which I'm not going to do on stream because they're very optional and very samey. And... oh no!
Oh wow, Patrick. Well, yeah, she one-shot him, just killed him immediately.
Yeah, I
and
definitely
no
didn't struggle even a little. I have no gems. Oh man. And I need 2 more. Okay.
You'll start getting them soon.
Oh, I never went over
Can
here.
you go backwards from the start yet? Oh.
To escape this dreadful hunter's dream, halt the source of the spreading scourge of beasts, lest the night carry on forever.
Okay. Famous streamer, that's our friend Leslie. Soon?
Incredibly soon. But we have to go tell this little girl about her dead parents. What's the fastest way there? Damn it. Probably still this way, huh?
Yeah, Leslie, how was it interacting with a man of your name as a side character?
In terms of the hunter pistol versus the blunderbuss, I actually have pretty much always just taken the pistol, and I don't super know about the meaningful differences between them. Ian, Ian is adventurous and bold and a real gamer, and he's done other builds in this game, and I've really just done the same thing because I enjoy it, and nobody can tell me to stop. Check if he has new dialogue.
It's sort of funny where I think you kind of just get used to one. Like the blunderbuss winds up a little slower.
You
Oh,
needn't
sorry.
concern yourself with me. I'm afraid I'm of little help now. But before I take this...
Oh, thanks.
I made no use of it, but perhaps you... What afflicted me was incurable. But this town gave me hope. Their strange blood bought me time. I was most fortunate. Unharmed by the plague of beasts. I can even die human.
So Gilbert's doing okay. Oh, that's our dog. Piper, hey.
Come hang out.
Come here.
Come be normal.
Come here. Sorry, I didn't realize he had new dialogue. Basically he came to Yharnam because he had some sort of incurable disease because of blood healing done by the Healing Church, and now... is this the right way? No. He's dying, but at least, he will die human because the blood healing, staved off whatever. I don't know. He's sad. He's a sad boy, and I love him. Sorry about Piper. Barking right under the mic.
Holy shirt, Dara's think indeed. Oh, you can kind of just run through here.
Yeah.
Just run through.
I'll be a little bit careful because
jog.
people are going to come up behind me and ruin my day, but I will do a jaunt.
You're a little strong moment. You were back in the day. Rat though.
Just fighting my way over to the little girl. That's the current mission. That's why we're back here.
They got bad blood.
Is everyone weird because of bad blood? Well, the Healing Church would have you believe that they are attempting to combat the Scourge of Beasts. we will learn more about that fairly soon as well. This is the wrong way again. I'm just bad. Okay. This is so... I should not do this, but...
Ooh.
We're fine. Ah! Are like one or two dudes gonna
Insult bullet.
insultingly chase me over here?
Ah.
No, we're not gonna deal with him right now. Remember we opened this door. Okay, let's talk.
Hello, Mr. Hunter. Still can't find my mum. Mr. Hunter, was it really her? Mummy? Mummy? Don't leave me alone.
Cool.
Yeah, so we'll check in on her later.
It only gets
I swear to I do actually, one thing I haven't quite gushed about yet is I think so much of the voice acting in these games, not just Bloodborne but also Dark Souls, like, punches so far above its weight. Like, the characters even, you know, they don't have facial animations, everything's very unemotive in terms of, like, I guess facial animations, I'm just repeating what I mean, but, like, the voice acting goes so far into just messing you up. So.
Ooh, step lightly.
All these bottles of blood around. Oh, yeah. So, Gilbert in particular, he's very heartbreaking. He sounds very ill, and it messes me up. We're actually going to try to take revenge on one of... Oh no, not two dogs.
Still so strong.
They're still so strong that they in fact murdered me. That's okay. I was out here, I was just trying to get back to the lantern, and 1,000 isn't so bad right now.
You could... you can go the old lady, but you can kind of do that whenever.
I forgot about her. Oh no, I was supposed to go down the thing.
Down the thing?
She's around the corner from the little girl, I think, but I forgot. Okay, we'll come back to that. We have something very important to do. I think part of the reason the actors chew on the lines so heavily is like because so little else is available to communicate like emotionality and things, and you know, I will draw endless attention to them, but when certain lines are spoken, they will dig into your soul and you will never unhear them.
Yeah, the lady's a little before Eileen. We'll go back there sometime. There's no super rush to getting her to a safe place.
She's by Eileen?
A little before you go through that big red thing, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, I'll go back and run around in a sec. There's a couple important things we must do. So for those of you that watch me do like a couple practice streams, this is largely the area I ran around, so... Although, no, that's actually not true, because I didn't ever stream
the next
particular place,
but some of these things will be familiar.
This area will be familiar to you if you watch me run around here, remembering how to play this game.
Here's Cool Hat Jones. Ooh, sling that over my head, please. Man, I feel like people saw you being much more overpowered here on the practice streams, though.
Yeah, I'm still kind of nervous about being underpowered after this area. We'll see how it goes. We can appreciate this cool view for a sec. Wondrous Yarnum. Wondrous Nightmare. So, just more of the city.
Someone should fix that fence.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that need fixing around here, I would say. So here's a place where I've been killed a few times for the absolute audacity of thinking I'm powerful.
Yeah, Gavin, don't want to linger on it in case people who haven't played Dark Souls 3 remember it 600 months from now, but like that in a lot of ways feels like the final line of Dark Souls, the series. It's like, it all built to this.
Okay. Dog. The
one place I'll praise the blunderbuss is against dogs when you're not very good at the game. It really...
oh, does it just do a huge knockback or something?
I mean, guns are really effective at knocking dogs on their ass. Sorry, Piper, don't listen.
Oh boy.
But like the blunderbuss, it has such a wide area that it's harder to miss, and yeah, they just get kind of pancaked. The funny thing was I used the blunderbuss in my first run of this game, not really, you know, knowing what the difference was going to be, etc. And then when I was like, I'd probably prefer the faster gun in most situations, it took me so long to get parry timing down, just because I was used to the slower one, and would just fire earlier, and then it would not do anything.
I can't do anything in there. There's a stairway over here.
The true coolest people use a gun called Evelyn.
Oh my god.
Once again, no, there is a second dog somewhere. Here it is, Twa Dog.
The Twa Dogs. That's very Scottish.
Another thing that's cool, I'm not sure if it was intended, but it works out thematically, is the health regain thing when you hit stuff. You can do that to corpses. You can just keep slashing a corpse on the ground and regaining some of your health back.
Frenzied. You're frenzied.
Time for donations?
Because we're at a church, I guess.
Okay.
Take me to church.
Evelyn League of Legends. I think the gun has one fewer N. And fewer
filthy, vile wood weapon,
whips. But yeah, blood stuff.
Door over there. I'm about to have a heart attack. Let's see why I'm normal.
Brace yourself. Ooh.
Well, that's spooky and normal. Like all churches, it has a lever that takes you to a secret underground part.
We're gonna talk mad shit on all the notes that are lying around.
Oh boy. Alright. Oh my god. Oh Jesus.
You're a beast hunter, aren't you? I knew it. That's precisely how I started out. Oh, beg pardon. You may call me Alfred, protege of Master Ligurius, hunter of vile bloods. So, what say you? Our prey might differ, but we are hunters, the both of us. Why not cooperate and discuss the things we've learned? Oh, very good. Very good indeed. Take this to celebrate our acquaintance. Beast hunting is a sacred practice. May the good blood guide your way.
Alright, he has some more things to talk about, but yes, this is my boy, and I have a lot of feelings about him. And he instantly asks to be your friend, has a wonderfully pleasant voice, he's a good church boy, and he's praying, and he gives you some fire paper to celebrate your acquaintance. And now we're going to ask him about some other stuff, because he, like, nobody has been willing to actually share information with us until this point, and Alfred is rather forthcoming. So let's continue to talk to him for no other reason besides information gathering, and not because I like to listen to him talk.
There must be oodles for us to share. Go on. Just tell me what piques your interest. As you know, the Healing Church is the fountainhead of blood healing. Well, I'm a simple hunter, quite unfamiliar with the ins and outs of the institution. But I have heard that the holy medium of blood healing is venerated in the main cathedral, and that counselors of the old church reside in the high stratum of the cathedral ward. If you seek blood healing, and the church is willing, you should pay them a visit. Byrgenwerth is an old place of learning, and the tomb of the gods, carved out below Yharnam, should be familiar to every hunter. Well, once a group of young Byrgenwerth scholars discovered a holy medium deep within the tomb. This led to the founding of the Healing Church and the establishment of blood healing. In this sense, everything sacred in Yharnam can be traced back to Byrgenwerth. But today, the college lies deep within a tangled wood, abandoned and decrepit. And furthermore, the Healing Church has declared Byrgenwerth forbidden ground. It's unclear how many of its scholars remain alive, but only they know the password that allows passage through the gate. I bid you farewell. It has been a pleasure. May the good blood guide your way.
So, love him. Like, cannot... Oh my... Okay, well. We just learned a lot. No, I'm not going to read the notes, because... I don't know. I don't want to. So we just learned quite a lot from him, because he's literally the first character who wants to talk. He's very chatty. And we learned that, you know, furthering our knowledge of the Healing Church, they do blood healing. It's cool stuff. He used to be a hunter, and does not identify as that anymore. Interesting. We learned about an old college called Byrgenwerth, which is out in the woods, and the Healing Church in Byrgenwerth seem to have a past, because the Healing Church has declared Byrgenwerth forbidden. So...
Oh, in Byrgenwerth we saw written on that note on the way to the
Yes, that
cathedral.
note that said the Byrgenwerth spider keeps all manner of rituals from us. Okay, I'm actually going to go back and point out a couple more things. He looks over his shoulder. Hello. There's a cool statue he's praying before. Is something.
Some kind of weird head covering.
This is the outfit, by the way, that I hate drawing and have drawn too many times. He just did some kind of ritual that involved this bloody cloth that he did not talk about. Wonder what that's about. He seems very, very sweet. And indulgently, this is basically like... I think it's mechanically intentional, beyond me just being susceptible to this kind of stuff. Like, he is very much the first friendly person you come across in this game, besides the very creepy chapel dweller, who, as chat has identified, does not really seem trustworthy, despite being, you know, very eager and friendly. So, again, indulgently, this is where my hunter develops sort of like an over-attachment to him, and it's entirely within... And remember, at the very beginning of this, I did say, like, hey, the game will not frequently tell you that you're wrong for projecting things onto it. This is definitely one of them. Like, I think it's perfectly reasonable to be like, oh my god, I love Alfred so much, because he will literally tell me anything and just seems to have his wits about him. And I love him. There's a lot going on. He's helpful.
Were you going down below? What was your plan?
Actually, yeah, I just got distracted talking about Alfred. My bad. I wandered back. There was actually something I should do down there. You ever just meet a cute boy and just lose where you're going?
2 hours explore, 1 hour boss fight, 6 hours talking to Alfred. 7 hours thinking about Alfred. Streamer helped me budget my schedule.
So this is the pathway we opened up before we met him. Blood gem. That was our first one. Let's see. What time is it right now?
7:50.
We'll try to get through Old Yarnum, and that may not actually result in... I may die to the boss at the end of that, but I will try to at least get to the boss. So about another hour, I'd say. Is that okay, Ian?
That seems reasonable to me. It's your birthday. You run the show.
Yeah. We also eventually need to like eat dinner and drink our ice wine, which I requested for my birthday. So we're in a weird dark area, but we keep going down.
Yeah, Cold Earth. That sounds like it rules the school.
Oh wait, I don't know if that's important or not, but let's do it. I think I can drop? No, I cannot. What's even the point then? Ah.
Oop.
Just falling off dark stairs. There we go. Oh.
Foreshadowing? It's the scourge.
Actually, let's look at the antidote flavor text in a sec. Small medicinal tablets that counteract poison, used to treat ashen blood, the baffling sickness that ravaged old Yarnum long ago. These tablets only provide short-term relief. The ashen blood ailment eventually triggered the spread of the beastly scourge. So what we know about Old Yarnum so far was that it was sealed off and abandoned by the Healing Church when... And torched. When the Beast Plague first got really bad. This town is long abandoned. Hunters not wanted here.
Okay. Fair enough. What?
That sign won't stop me because I can't read!
Here it is. It's Old Yarnum.
So this was sealed away and burned and...
You there? Hunter! Didn't you see the warning? Turn back at once. Old Yarnum, burned and abandoned by men, is now home only to beasts. They are of no harm to those above. Turn back, or the hunter will face the hunt.
So someone who put that sign there doesn't want us to come in here because there's nothing here for us, basically. It's all beasts.
Bro, can't you read?
Yeah. Bro, can't you read? No, I'm Jared, 19. Osiris, 25.
Osiris, Sephiroth age.
Again, fantastic voice acting. Can't really tell where the voice is coming from just yet.
Oh, there's a fun accidental Easter egg where...
Oh yeah, there it is. So yeah, sometimes when you're making a video game, you fuck up and you do things like leave statues floating in the sky.
Whoops!
Whoops.
I'm kind of surprised that there wasn't, like, deep lore theories about statue in the sky.
It's among my favorite details, is the sky statue. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, Skitter friend. We're gonna get him. These are the... If you played any Dark Souls, these are the crystal lizard equivalents. Oh well, I'll come back this way eventually. So now I have to do an annoying... This is eventually a path that I will unlock a shortcut for, but currently don't have it, so I just have to fall and then climb back up.
Yeah.
Gains an insight, yeah, really, it should give you an insight.
There are bigger, weird, skittering things.
They don't
show up that much though, and they're kind of different.
I don't know that. Do they give you?
Some of them do, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't remember. I've never played this game.
It's funny that most people don't notice the big statue. It's like one of those can't unsee things where...
Yeah, I literally have to look at it with my eyeballs every single time I come through here now. Oh, I don't have it yet. I was gonna look through...
The monocular?
Yeah, this is totally my first playthrough, 100%. It's not. So, in this area, as we know, the Beast Plague got so bad that they literally had to seal off this part of the town and burn as much of it as they can. And there's still... So this is another thing where, like, the timeline is incredibly subject to debate, because, like, the flavor text on the antidote says that this was a long time ago, but then, like, you come in here and shit's still fucking on fire, and I don't know how much of this is just for the flavor of it, or how much of it is just, like, you know, up to you to interpret. Was this, like, a few, like, weeks ago? Was this months ago? What's the deal? Was this years ago? Who can know? Anyway, it's a bad place where corpses are hanging out of... Oh! Out of the windows, stuff's on fire. Yeah, time is pretty fucked up in this game. We will learn more and more, but...
I want to know what you mean by confident creative.
I also think this area is, like, one of the... Like, Yharnam, when you're in it, like regular Yharnam where we came from, is pretty fucked up. But then you get here and you're like, oh. Oh no.
Levels. F-U-K-T fucked. Commitment to tone and art style, how it translates to everything by the game.
Yep.
Yeah, it goes so
That's
deep.
why I cannot get it out of my brain. That's why I'm doing this stream about it. Because I can't not think about a lot of stuff in this game all the time.
You're a skilled hunter.
Uh-oh.
Adept, merciless. And cut with blood, as the best hunters are.
At least he respects us, wherever he is.
Half cut. I'd say, you know, quarter, 33% at most, not half cut. But I presume people ship Hunter Jura, right?
You know, I have not actually seen a lot of that. Half cut with blood.
It's the best hunters.
So I don't know. There's beasts jumping out at me from all over the place.
Which is why I must stop you.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see you try. Oh no!
My God.
So this is.
I was trying to play that off, but anyway, so there's a guy up there on top of that clock tower with a very large gun that he is now, because he told us to go away and he gave us a chance, and as soon as we started killing the beasts, which he claims harmed no one, he started unloading his fucking cool gun on us, which, damn dude, fair enough, and now he will not stop doing that.
Hazeman Cat, there is Bloodborne DLC, and it's some of the best shit.
I will absolutely be playing it on stream because it is so good, and, well, with the exception of, like, one boss, which I just can't stand. It's all some of the best content, and also, like, has some of the cooler, like, story stuff and characters, you know, characters that you will hear about throughout the base game, and then get to interact with, sort of, in DLC, so we'll get there. Anyway, Jura's gonna continue to try to murder us. And I've debated letting him kill me right there, because, I thought it would be realistic to get absolutely blown up by his guns, but I don't feel like letting him right now. He's up there if you can, you know, you can kind of see the gun.
Lily, yeah, I mean, like, you know, some of them you can kind of sneak to relatively early in the game, and it's not too bad, but it's kind of a bummer how many weapons in the game are sort of like New Game Plus only, I guess. I think there was another item back there. Does he help anytime?
Jura, does he help?
He's talking about the giant, I help anytime.
I help anytime. No. He's pretty... There's actually one of my favorite pieces of fan content for Bloodborne is a small comic about Jura that, like, absolutely breaks my heart and takes place very shortly before the game is meant to start. And it involves him interacting with Gascoigne. I will link it on Twitter later if I can find it. And yeah, it made me so sad. And now you have enough context to understand the gist of what they talk about in that comic. No! Jura, I just wanna talk. Just wanna talk.
I should think you still have dreams. Well, the next time you dream, give some thought.
Anyway, I guess it was worth dying once to hear his cool, well-delivered VO.
Describe the aesthetic of this game as grey and wet, and that's it. I mean, there's
grey
blood
and wet,
also.
splashes
blood.
of red.
Sometimes the wet is caused by red blood.
So, how did he get a hold of a Gatling gun? I'm not entirely sure where I will find the flavor text to explain this, so I might as well do it now. There was I will probably forget to describe this later, so I'm just, yeah, this is technically something you'd learn in details that you'd read about on items and stuff, but, basically, there was a group of hunters called the Powder Kegs that were sort of, like, assigned to the old Yharnam Beast Plague outbreak, and they, you know, they were called the Powder Kegs, and that name speaks volumes about what they were like. They really loved explosions and firearms, and I think, like, they were responsible for inventing a lot of the goofier hunter weapons that you can find throughout the game. But tragically, when Old Yharnam was sealed, they were sealed here with it. And Jura is the last surviving... there's one more. Jura is a surviving member of the Powder Kegs, and he feels... you know, he has a lot of rough feelings about what went down here, because, you know, he was a hunter, and this was his job, and the Healing Church saw fit to give up on this place, and so now he sort of remains its sole protector, and that's why when you come in, he tells you to fuck off, because there's just beasts here now. Like, what more harm could hunters possibly do? And, yeah, now he's up there. And again, that's why he has a Gatling gun is... to me, extremely explained by the background detail about the Powder Kegs being like, some motherfuckers who love blowing shit up. That's why he has that.
Ooh. Some fun real-world lore I learned recently. Mr. Gatling, the person who invented the Gatling gun, first of all, he did it in part because he thought it would reduce the size of armies and prevent as much death happening in war, and also as kind of an ironic joke, like it was silly how many bullets it fired, as kind of a statement on how futile war is. Didn't really work out too well. Making Gunner's jokes. Did you put antidotes on your bar yet?
I sure didn't.
Here we go. It's time.
Personally, just use one. Anyway, yeah, like other characters in this game, Jura has secretly a bunch of sad stuff going on. You love to see it? Question mark? I love him. He's very sweet. In fact, he and Eileen are the only two characters I think truly don't deserve any part of what's happened here. They seem like decent sorts. Oh my god, I want to tempt these bros up here so I don't have to deal with them while Jura's trying to shoot me in the face.
Just gotta watch those explosive barrels.
I know.
Classic video game stuff.
The only thing I'll say about Alfred right now is that he is at least partially... he's involved with the church, and the church... At this point, it's not human. Oh my god, I got distracted talking about a cute boy again! Keeps happening. Yeah, he's a church boy, and the church has made some choices, as we were discovering, you know, much like locking away and abandoning this part of the city. And they also don't like Bjergenworth, which is unexplained thus far, but we will learn more about that too.
I just think Bjergenworth's a silly name.
Yeah, they're like, we need another cooler name. Healing Church is way cooler.
Ooh. Flames. Oh, I see. The PlayStation 4 streaming thing has changed it from Flame Sprayer Man to Flames Prayer Man. I was really confused for a second.
Yes, I did feel... I did forget about Gilbert. I'm sorry about Gilbert.
But yeah, he's also...
He's also a good sweet boy.
Doesn't seem to have done
100%
much
doesn't deserve anything that's happening.
The barracks isn't worth the rebrand.
Oh my god.
Just dodging through bullets. This particular beast commits so hard to the hiding spot.
I know.
It's like, nope, didn't
they will
shoot
not
nothing.
Come out.
You didn't see, that was a health bar for someone else, actually. Oh, hello.
Ooh, wait.
Deep Bjergenworth punch.
Come on, come out of your hiding spot. I know you can.
There's no one there.
There is no beast here, just a health bar.
No beasts here.
Okay, well this one's coming, so I've at least attracted some of these. Why is all this happening? We will get I will not say you get all the answers to everything, in fact, far from it, but you will have a much better idea about who exactly is responsible for a lot of stuff happening here. Yeah, that one just won't come out, will it? Like, I guess it's probably okay to run over here now. I know, I just have to get where he can't shoot me. And hope to God I don't get murdered by dogs. I'm sorry, people. Jerry will shoot me harder now because I called them dogs.
Beasts mean no harm.
I guess when I say characters who deserve to get out of this without suffering too much, I was limiting it to people who you physically see in the world. But yeah, if you count people behind the doors, 100%, the little girl and Gilbert are not, you know, they're
not
pure
criminals.
They're not criminals. They're just doing their best. Okay.
Classic, never worth it.
I'm trying to find the Charred Hunter garb, and I don't know where it is.
I think it's in a slightly weird, out of the way place.
This is the only time I've missed it. I guess it's because I can go through this area faster now. But I didn't get it on my practice playthroughs, and just don't know. Don't know where it's at. Oh my god, I forgot about the gun for a second. So there's a hunter over here. He sucks. I don't want to fight him. We could go up the ladder and fight Jura, but I don't want to, because I like him. He's sweet. Yeah, maybe we'll try for a second. Just this once, for fun, because we haven't done a hunter fight yet. So you'll occasionally encounter blood-drunk hunters. Although this one, this character doesn't have a name. This is called Jura's ally. And yeah, people do ship them. Despite the fact the character has no name.
No name and no lines.
No name, no lines. But it doesn't take much to get started in this game. This is why I hate him. He just kind of like runs back up these stairs a bunch, and like
this has a lot of health.
He also has a bunch of health, and you can't go out there to fight him because Jura will shoot you. Which, I mean, to be fair, is tactically sound, but it really.
Sometimes he steps on fire though, and that helps a little bit.
See, he runs back. So I think this guy sucks, and I don't want to put up with him, so I'm gonna leave.
The charge hunter stuff is behind him.
Yeah, okay, that checks out.
But you can always come back real later when it's slightly easier.
Nope, I looked at him, so he's like, woo 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 woo.
Jura
doesn't shoot him because they're buddies. Right, I have to do this. Ugh, ugh, ugh.
You could go the latter way if you want.
Is that better? Oh, no, he came out. Hold on.
Coming out of his cage. Bye. Go back in my cage. Feeling less good about myself.
They're boyfriends. They can be, yeah. All Bloodborne ships are valid. That's actually not true. There's some that I will judge you for, but I'm not going to do it here. That's not what we're here for.
And it's still a playful kind of playful judge.
Up, he healed. Yeah, I hate this guy. This is the worst. This is the worst guy. We will never stand. Get out of here, dude.
It's funny because, like, I think you'll see on the stream that Devin has developed pretty deep headcanon based on characters that you talk to for a few minutes, right? Total. But what always blows my mind is the deep, deep headcanon in the Bloodborne and Dark Souls community for characters that they have nothing for except someone, like, data mined an NPC name that's never presented to you in the game.
Oh yeah, we'll encounter several.
And they're
one
just,
in particular.
They're just a fight. You just kind of beat them up. They don't say anything. You never see their name in the game or anything like that. And then someone finds out this person's called X, and they're my friend. Geodude
Listen,
is real.
these games are purely headcanon machines with like enough emotionality and world building and detail and stuff to get your thoughts churning. And that is. Really? A madman's knowledge for all that work?
Well, we learned something up here.
Bad game for idiots.
Anyways, it's scary to drop down on any
Yeah,
of those.
that is a bad place to drop down, but where else am I going to go?
You can kind of just go back to the start.
I was today years old. I completely forgot about these raptors until Ian reminded me.
There's
I thought that ladder exclusively takes you to Jura, but...
There's a couple tougher items up here that you have to do actual running jumps for.
I'm not going to do them.
And yeah, I don't think they're really worth it. And everyone who's played these games knows that the jumping, not good. Not the best jumping in video games.
I think the first time I played, I made sure to go get that stuff, but yeah, I cannot subject all of you to watching me try to jump for, like, no reason for the next hour. I guess I can just drop down?
Yeah. But that's the one that would normally drop on you now killed, so that's good.
So this area sucks. It's really easy to accidentally piss off like 300 guys, so we're gonna try not to, but... What noise did I make? I don't even... Sometimes I just get scared. Here they come.
Scram. I like when their little red eyes peek out from their robe.
Yeah, I love the design on these sad once people who have become beasts. One thing that I kind of like about the implication of this, and they have these like sort of extremely concealing hoods draped over their faces, is that it was considered pretty shameful to be in the process of becoming a beast, and they, you know, a lot of people would try to hide it, and then they would succumb while in such a state. And so you see people in these sort of like blankety shrouds, which
ooh, big one.
think a bunch come running up the stairs now.
Because of the screen?
Yep. Because of the screen.
Caught him with the edge. Oh.
Yeah, I can probably upgrade weapon next time I can pop back. Ah! Ah! I think after quarantine we should dress more like Yarnamites in general. I would be pleased. They're punching me, Jura. Come on.
There's some beast somewhere that's just flipping out.
They're below me. They're gonna run up, I think. This is what I said. No, there's one out there. It's gonna come in.
Clip in.
Come here, buddy.
Oh, God. There's two.
Here they come.
Oof. Yeah, you can always tell a foreigner by their suspenders.
Well, now I look like a Yarnum hunter. I look appropriately kind of horny, which is the Yarnum way.
Okay.
I'm wearing like this tight leather with buckles all over it. He's just standing there, menacingly. Okay, how many more are trying to clip through this wall?
We're about to find out. There was one extra. Wait, did it heal?
I don't. They're really. There's three.
There's three of them. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Sorry. I should try not to do my commentary. Eek. Oh dear.
I don't think they healed. I think.
Yeah, there was just an extra one. Extra beast.
A stray beast, if you will.
They don't stop coming.
And they don't stop coming.
I'm not sure if there's a way that you can get through here without having one go scree and activate the whole
Maybe don't come into this room, like.
Yeah, maybe. The poor man's blood gemstone.
Because that's the one that I would like. It's always this one that immediately goes scree and wakes up the whole dang cathedral. Oh, it's also worth noting that this place was, you know, a part of the cathedral ward, more or less, like, and presumably quite religious and on board with them, and then they got cut off by the healing church. Very sad. So here we have a regular, normal, large beast, flayed, strung up, hanging from the rafters.
Is that some kind of red cloak, you might ask? An altar. Some ritual blood. Love to see it.
Normal. Okay, that's the way out, isn't there? Am I nuts?
No, this is the way, yeah.
But what? Okay, I'm just baffled. Yeah, I thought the same thing when I first came through here. I was like, surely something is going to pop out of the ground and try to murder me when I get down here.
There's a shortcut nearby, right?
Yes, but we also have to look off this little perch.
I'm chilling on 12k points to Sonic.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. And if these birds take them from me, I will be sad. Are you going to explain points to Sonic once and for all?
I guess I should for the new crowd. Okay. So there's a couple phrases from my old life that still slip into my vernacular from time to time. One of them is TBH honest, which Patrick and his stream community are keeping alive, which makes me very happy. The other one that only Devin was really afflicted with until recently, at least in the United States of America, is the phrase points to Sonic, which comes from Back, I lived in London for a year doing a degree thing, and played video games with friends. It was a video game degree, so we did that. And
I'm just looking around while you talk for a sec. Notice the
oh yeah,
regular
werewolf
beast,
up there.
werewolf
That's fun.
up normal. All right.
We were playing. Me and two friends, and one of them was very gullible. Not really nice guy, but he was kind of always fell for every simple joke. Even when you weren't really trying to trick him, you were just saying something funny. He just had like no sense of irony. And we was like, really? So we were playing this one of the early Sonic and Mario at the Olympics games, and on the screen often it would abbreviate points to PTS, which I think you've probably all seen 100 million times as a normal thing. And one of my friends joked, PTS points to Sonic, because he was playing Sonic, and then our friend said, what? And then the first one who'd said points to Sonic committed really hard and was like, oh, that's what PTS stands for. He's like, you mean in this game? And he took it further and was like, no, in everything actually. It started off as a Sonic phrase, but now that's what they use in real life sports. PTS always means points to Sonic. That's what it's short for. What did you think it was short for? And he was like, really? I feel like I saw it like when I was younger. And he was like, yeah, but not until a Sonic the Hedgehog game came out, right? And so for the rest of the time, we were just like, every single time, that's points to Sonic. He's like, but you're not even playing Sonic. He's like, yeah, it still means points to Sonic, though. That's just the term. So, yeah, that's what point PTS. And constantly when we're playing any kind of video game, including this one, we'll frequently say, that's a lot of points to Sonic.
Yeah.
You got a lot of points to Sonic. You probably want to go home soon and
So
spend
currently,
them.
I am carrying around a lot of blood echoes, which also points to Sonic. But yeah, my boy is really bloody right now, and I find that alluring personally. But yeah, I mean, just look at the way his eye is visible through this tiny gap.
A fun detail I did not know until like
I can demonstrate
yesterday. Take off the hat. Hopefully no one comes to kill you. That's not like a cool bandana. He is so covered in blood, but the game honors the parts of your face that are covered versus not, and so only the uncovered parts can get blood on them, which is most of it.
I love that.
And it shapes it differently depending on which hat you've got on. Hopefully they don't both aggro.
Looks like they did.
Get that upgrade going, huh?
I know, I do. We're almost there. We're almost to the path back. And then maybe we can detour very briefly to go, actually, no. Let's not. Let's just go.
Let's just get that
straight on till morning. Do not chomp upon me!
These were good tutorial guys for me, both in the dodge through their attacks. Dodge forwards, not backwards, is usually the most effective way in this game, because you get sick counterattack opportunities, and also a lot of enemies will just keep coming if you step backwards. And then the other part is, if you just keep hitting them, you can interrupt them for quite a long time.
Oh, that's where this is.
And it became less and less of a coward.
Here's a mysterious door that we cannot yet open.
And
dang.
Does not open from this side. The 6 words every gamer hates to hear.
Specifically in Soulsborne games, it's like always does not open from this side. Yharnam invented all of these weapons that like transform, but they cannot invent doors that open in 2 directions.
It's just priorities. Like you're just tempting fate. Just doing a little more, a little more.
I'm fine. I'm good in the game.
Hello.
Do we?
He's trying to reach the.
He's trying to get to the yummy
statue
corpse.
in the sky.
Oh, yes. I think he drops down if you pick up this thing, and I just didn't want to deal with him, so.
Beast blood pellets are a speedrunner's best friend.
I do not know how to use them well. This is not a speed run.
I think you forget when you play this game a bunch that a lot of this is a really effective horror game the first time through. There's a lot of good jumps and bumps.
Jumpy bumpies.
Screeches and scares.
Alright, so we basically have made it through this area. We just gotta go back with this shortcut, which is up this way a bit.
You just forgot how to use pool doors. Yeah, I could just see the hunter just like pushing directly on the sign that says pool. Why it's not
fair,
open?
I've had a lot of blood. All I know is murder now.
Dumb as rocks, half cut with blood. That's all the best hunters are. And here we are. We come back around to the top of Old Yarny.
And now we can go around and not have to get shot by Jura a whole bunch.
We can buff up our blade, buff up our body.
Get thick with blood.
Hunters only know one thing, and it's disgusting.
Hunters know about blood and murder and smooching in my world.
Smash cut a hunter slapping blood onto his saw sword thing to make it cut better. We're not gonna use the doll. We're gonna interact with the doll.
Yeah,
She's gonna help us.
We do not in this.
She's going to offer her help.
In this headcanon, we do not sexualize the doll.
Oh, she's gone.
Actually wandering around.
She's gone. Bye.
It's okay. We have to go up here anyway. Ugh. I don't want to talk to you, Gehrman. You just like. I'll remember. Just turn it off. We're going to put
our first ever 0.7% attack increase. Incredible.
Guess I just don't have any other shaped ones yet. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's make it get big.
Oh, you get all the way. Now we need twin bloodstone shards. All of the Soulsborne games have this kind of system where they dribble the upgrade items to you at a certain pace, and then eventually you're kind of capped from getting to the next level because you need to get to an area you haven't been to yet to get the next one, etc. It's all neat.
Balanced it out there a bit. I should get more health. This is a little bit.
We don't know why yet, but remember that the doll sometimes goes and kneels over there.
Yep. Wait, there's only one. Surgical long gloves. The church engages in the hunt in a medical capacity. When a cancerous... Oh, anyway. The church advocates ripping stuff out of your body.
Provost Willem would have been proud of Carol's runes, as they do not rely upon blood in any measure.
Don't know anything about Willem yet. Ugh. I'm sitting on the couch like a poor, contorted gremlin to adjust.
Yeah, we're couch streamers. We're not pro gamer chair. Hey, finally got that one bloodstone shard that you don't
really
even
need
care
now.
about.
I'll eventually have to pile these into.
Yeah, that's true. You
other
will want
weapon.
a back stock.
The real test is, can I get through this area? There, I did it without taking any fall damage.
Oh yeah, Gavin, if you're talking about the headstone the doll was kneeling in front of, I was saying that we, the stream, do not know yet anything about that. It's just interesting to
Yeah, sometimes she will move and she will be over there, in front of that particular headstone. Stop your screeching! Okay, there's a large dog around here. sometimes teleports. So remember when we killed those birds over there? And we were looking at this...
Skittery beast.
Oh.
Probably too late. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's probably his Bloodborne charge anyway.
This is a burnt to shit old cathedral. It fucked. Well...
should we?
This is how you can summon friends. And you bet your...
Bottom dollar.
Bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna bring my friend along, because I have a crush on him. Hello. Cool weapon.
Yeah, they sure do burn a lot of churches. I mean, they just kept making decisions.
I have to watch him because, much like Solaire, he will sometimes get distracted by stuff in the immediate area and go fight it instead of coming with me. Come on, cutie. Let's get in here.
Friend detected. Blood-starved beast.
Alfred, help!
Here he comes.
Let's go.
Just shot it in the face a couple times. Does this move a lot? It's very irritating. Yeah, get him with your big stone.
Oh, he did it!
Nice! He got the backstab. He's on it today.
Strong and powerful, man. I'd love to see it. He's gonna get himself killed for this behavior. Oh my god, please. Please, Alfred. Heal. Take a page from the Book of the Healing Church and, like, literally just heal, please.
No, he's confident. Confident is good.
Oh, he did. He healed. I didn't want to make my hunter cry.
I didn't mean to make the hunter cry.
This is one of the best sounds that bosses make, I think. Ooh, it hurted me. Alfred, you made me clip through the wall for a second there. That's the charge.
Yeah, that's the big, usually one-hit kill unless you're overpowered.
I do not currently think I'm overpowered.
No.
If anything,
Average at best. Ooh, yeah, poisons you real fast, huh?
Sure does.
Is he running out of heals?
Might be. Our boy might not be long for this world. Ooh. Alfred, please, just for a sec.
I think the aggro system in this game is just a simple, like, you hit me last.
No! He's got... It's just me now. That's not canon. I'll tell you about my headcanon after we win. If we win. This boss fight gave me so much trouble the first time I played this game. sit still a little, I would appreciate.
Ooh, that's scary.
Sure is. Oh, I'm poisoned.
Phase 3 arena. Is that 2nd, 7th? They're not quite full though. They're just not as good as they used to be. Oh, there's a
Man, I really thought that was gonna be better. This ruins all my plans. Come on, poison again. Bad. Hold on, I gotta get this under control. Famous last words.
Okay, it's gonna do the thing where it just chills out for a second. No, it's not. Yeah, it is.
It's kind of not worth it because
Oh my god.
it's just very hard to hit.
Yeah.
It's...
Is it the big explosion?
Yeah.
Spree!
He also has a scree. What? I forget
Yeah,
that like
in
just
this
being
phase-
near him will poison him.
Down it goes.
Y'all, that's a personal achievement. I so rarely one-shot that boss. I think that's... I've only done it in New Game Plus before. Satisfying.
Devin and I affectionately call the Bloodstarved Beast BZB,
BZB!
and now you can too.
That's BZB. We love...
Getting the alphas in chat. Love to see it. Love
Alpha,
to see
alpha,
it.
alpha. Yeah, that boss absolutely ruined my day when I started, and I think it was just because, like, having to deal with a status effect on top of just the regular chaos of fighting him, it was, like, incredibly tough for me to, like, figure out how to do. And I would completely panic the second I got poisoned and just end up killed because I was trying too hard to, like, heal through it. Whereas it actually is safer to just let yourself be poisoned until it's safe and just spam your healing pots until you can cure it, or just heal through it altogether. Like, but that was really difficult for me to learn.
Oh, Cyrus, your pants are a mess.
They're a mess. My headcanon is that my hunter gets knocked out and Alfred finishes off the fight, and then they kind of hang out for a while after the fight.
No, Faith.
Fanfiction about soup.
The summons, if they die in the summon fight, it's fine. Their questline continues. We will see Alfred again.
Yeah. Oh, also, I didn't mention, for those of you who have played Dark Souls or know anything about Dark Souls at all and are familiar with Solaire, the wonderful, wonderful sun boy, they have the same voice actor, and that's, like, more important than I can say right now, but yep, same man. I think I'm gonna stop for a very late dinner, and you know.
Wow, 0.7%
like so
isn't
same.
even enough to
It's
do
fine.
anything.
Yeah, I think that's it for now. This was like super awesome first stream. I think I didn't expect to get past Gascoigne, so I am ridiculously pleased with myself for not being nervous and too terrible at the game to get through a chunk of it. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you have like thoughts or feedback about me like going too fast, or like stuff you want to know more about, or you know, flavor text you'd like me to look at, you can tweet at me at Devongiel at DEVONGIEHL. And yeah, and next time I think I will probably try to do a shorter one, which maybe I don't kill a boss, but maybe I like clear out some of the Cathedral Ward a bit just because it's kind of long. But I think part 2 will be sometime during the week. There'll be a little bit of exploring to do, and then next week will be another longer chunk, maybe 3.5 hours again, which will get us further way into the game. But thank you all so much for hanging out. Like, this is I fucking love this game so much, and it's already been like really fun for me to just like out loud a lot of my thoughts and very indulgent stuff here and there. So thank you. I'm gonna level up, but that's basically it.
Welcome. What is it? Very well, let me stand.
I don't get health. There, I did it. I got health.
I think the only gameplay that we'll do
Farewell,
off stream
good
is
hunter.
to smooth things out. We might do
May
some
you
like
find your
blood
worth in
vial
the waking
farming,
world.
so that we never get stuck farming
Yeah.
on stream for potions when we get stuck
I might
in the
go
boss
defeat
fight.
the Brick Brothers approximately 300 times to make sure that, like, if we get stuck on a boss, which we will almost inevitably, possibly the next one because I might be underleveled for her. Yeah, it would be just great to not have to farm on stream. So, thank you for the birthday wishes. Also, this is like, if I gotta do my birthday in quarantine, okay, I can do it in Yarnum quarantine and be a hunter. So, alright. Thanks all.
Classy ending.
Mm-hmm.